Well, he has this little wiggly shark that resembles a penis when it moves. So I was like,
what penis is going side to side, Boomer? I don't know what.
Well, okay. Well, when your front roll-up is long enough, I mean, you could probably dangle that thing around like a little helicopter.
Okay, buddy.
Listen, I'm not wrong.
Boomer. You're not wrong.
So, homie's whipping out his little thingy and wiggling it back and forth like he's just showing it off. And no, it's gonna get me banned. Listen.
Yes.
There might be a lot of people out there that can show their dump trucks.
Yeah.
And not get banned, such as myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know one person that is allowed to show their fruit roll up, their corn dog, and flap it around like that for fun and not get banned.
I respect that, Boomer. I respect. And you know what? And I just wanted to be said. First of all, me pausing the screen at this is more of realistic of a wiener. But anywho, more importantly, just saying, all right? But you literally put your screen on top of it. You said, no more, you shall not pass.
Exactly.
So if anything, Twitch should be praising you, all right? Because you're truly keeping this
I know.
place safe.
I'm ready to be like a Twitch ambassador or something. I mean, I'm saving the website. I'm saving the website from destructive behavior.
My ass ain't getting partnered after showing all this shit. I'm telling you this right now. I'm done.
For real?
I'm done.
Now you're screwed. You should have covered your camera up with it.
BoomerNA, Boomer, how you doing?
What's up?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. Just what did I do? Oh, dude, I just took the fattest dump of my life. Actually, just got fresh off the toilet.
How big we talking?
Dude,
Tell me.
I remember one time when I was a kid, like my grandma made me go outside and get a stick because my shit was so damn long. It was like one of those.
Oh
it was like
gosh.
It's one of those massive ones.
Just a biggie, smallest one.
Biggie.
What have you done all day, Boomer? What have you done all day? What's been going aside from the shit?
What did I do all day? What did I do today? I went to the store. I had to go get some medications and stuff like that. And got some coffee. I'm a Starbucks addict. Let's see what else. Other than that, I played some Valorant off stream today. I've been taking the past couple of days off because I just got off a 36-hour live stream.
Oh my gosh, I caught a little bit of that, man. You are a trooper. I don't know how you did this. It was unreal. No, it was just that was a lot of events going on for you there. All right, now you're here today.
Yeah.
Are you still? How did you take the day? Like in terms of rest, you feeling good? You feeling right? You feeling like you're in the right headspace?
Yeah. I feel really good. I was going to stream today, but I was tired in the afternoon. Homie had to take a little nap.
Exactly. You gotta treat yourself. You gotta treat yourself nice. I like
that.
Exactly. What's your order at Starbucks? What's your order, by the way? I gotta ask you, as a fellow coffee addict.
So I like hot drinks over cold drinks any day of the week.
True.
But a lot of the time will go get vanilla flat white venti with an extra shot with blonde espresso.
This to a T. You already know what you want. All right.
Oh, I'll give you any chemical what the hell are they called? Concoctions. I'll give you I'm a little Einstein when it comes to Starbucks, I swear.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. I like it. That's awesome. Well, here's the thing, Boomer, all right? I usually start off these shows the same way, and I tell the guest how we met. And yours was truly here's the thing, Boomer. You had your DMs open on Twitter, and and I hit you, which probably I should, keep them open, keep them cold, whatever it may be. But I shot my shot at you. Like I was like, hey, why not? We got a couple mutuals. I'm gonna just send you the pitch here. And it very much felt like I was applying to an Ivy League college. It felt like I thought I was trying to get into I'm not trying to gas you up too much, my man, all right? But I got a lot of love.
I get you.
A lot of love and respect for you. And I shot my shot. I went to bed. I was like, whatever, man. Tooth Fairy, I'll put my phone underneath my pillow. We'll see what happens. And And you hit me up. This man hit me up in the DMs. He's like, yo, I would love to. And you had some stuff. You had a lot of plans going on in your stream, and fair play. You know, it is what it is. We set the date. I hit you up again. I think it was in a month. And you're like, yeah, let's do this. And I was like, all right, let's run it. Let's see what Boomer's all about. I got nervous though, because I did start jumping in your stream, and I was like, oh man, does he got a cam? Like, is he okay? Does he feel comfortable with his cam?
Yeah, so like the thing is like I don't use cam that often because it fucks up with my mouse, and every time I say that, my chat just makes fun of me. So I don't use cam that often, only because I just find it more comfortable. I feel like when I have cam on, I gotta act like more animated or something like that, where stuff like that. So yeah, it's
fair play.
That's just what it is.
Wait, what do you mean it fucks with your mouse?
So OBS has this weird fucking thing. I don't know what the hell is wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's like a Java problem because Minecraft sucks at coding. They don't know how to code over there. And then OBS like accelerates your mouse movements, and it's like it's awful. Like it's unplayable. So
wow, I did not realize. I didn't think it was that deep. Man. That's see, again, as a talk show, podcast, whatever you want to call this, dude, I have yet to play a game since I've been doing the show. It's done. This is it. This is the game I play, is talking for a couple hours and learning about your life. That's that.
I like that.
But I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate your time and you sharing the platform here. So
yeah, for sure.
I'll hit you off with the starter question, all right? We're going to get to know a little bit about your time here on Twitch, kind of like your streamer life, if you may, all right? So before all of this, before you even got partnered, hell, before you were even affiliate, all right, how long have you had your Twitch account in general?
So I looked this up the other day, and we gotta keep it. We gotta keep it on the DL because I'm only 19, right? So you're picking up what I'm putting down. My Twitch account that I own was made in 2012. So if we do the math.
If I do the math in my head, I couldn't say. I don't know.
Yeah, we won't say. We don't
know. We don't know. It sounds like you were good to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was 13, guys. I was 13. But yeah, I've had my Twitch account since 2012. I remember Justin TV. I used to watch like CNanners and stuff when I was a kid, and he would go live on Justin TV once in a while, and yeah, I remember when like Twitch came out and stuff like that. I was like really into Halo. Yeah. So I'd watch stuff like that. But yeah, I've had my Twitch account since September 13th, 2012.
That's awesome. So you're telling me then what kind of got you onto this platform in the first place, even as Justin TV, was YouTube, was people like CNanners, correct?
Yeah. So I knew about Twitch, but I didn't like use it because I was mainly just like playing like Xbox and stuff back then. But I remember I had a laptop at the time, and I saw someone on this old server where you could play like Hunger Games and stuff like that. Yeah. I saw a server called MCPVP, and I was chilling inside of it, you know, just playing. And someone dropped their Twitch link saying that they were live streaming, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I know what that is. So I tuned in and I saw that and I was like, whoa, this is cool. So I made an account and followed that streamer. I don't know who it was, but
that's so sick though.
Yeah, so that's when it all happened.
What were the early days of Twitch or Justin TV like though? Give us a taste. You know, I wasn't there, and I would love to understand a little bit more of that world when you initially joined and you're like, oh wow, this is a completely new territory and new social media outlet.
Right. So like back in the day, it was everyone was like super genuine. Like streamers, there were no like personalities or anything like that. And if there was, it was like a dime a dozen. It was very rare that a streamer had like a streamer personality. Everyone was just playing games and they were just live streaming it. They weren't doing it to, you know, make money or anything like that. They were doing it to have fun and, you know, be genuine and stuff like that. So those original days, there weren't many people on Twitch, and stuff like that. So like communities were much smaller, but they were like way closer and like way like stronger together as well. So it was really cool back in the day.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So then, going from you as a viewer and as a fan of, you know, content in general that's being placed on Justin TV and Twitch, you know, at what point did you decide to go live and start streaming for the very first time?
Um, probably like a couple weeks after I made my account. Like, I was
Wow.
like, whoa, this is really cool. Like, I want to try this. And so I remember I hit the go live button. I wasn't nervous. I was like, I hope people come. Like, this would be sick. So I remember my very first night, I hit like 20 viewers, like at that night or something crazy like that. And I was like freaking out because what I would do is I would copy and paste my link like 50 times in the chat on Minecraft, trying to get like people to come. I'd be like, yo, I'll give you money if you click on this. And I was like a little ass kid too. So like, I was obviously broke.
Yeah.
And I was lying. I was just trying to get people to click on shit. So I was like the original clickbaiter.
Okay.
But
And
it was cool.
And what was that like? So you got 20 viewers off the cuff. You were kind of baiting views at the time. You're telling people, hey, come through. I'll give you a little bit of money. I'll Venmo you some cash.
Yeah.
What was your first stream like? How did that feel in terms of, going live, having the camera, the webcam on you, or having the attention on you, and even having to interact with chat?
I can't really remember if I had my webcam on yet or not. But oh, my stream quality was absolute dog shit. It was so bad because I was playing on like this laptop that I had at the time, and I was like, I remember when I made that my Twitch account, I was at my grandma's house, so I was using her laptop. I didn't even have mine. I was using her laptop, and like she heard me talking like just to myself, and she thought like I was talking to like strangers online. And she was like freaking out, thinking I was getting like hacked or something like that. So she was freaking out about all that kind of stuff. And I remember like when I went live and I had like people joining, I was like freaking out, I was like, oh my gosh, like people are actually watching. And I can't believe anyone was watching because it was like I literally sounded like I was talking into like a toaster or something like that because I didn't have a mic. It was like the little webcam mic built into the laptop. It sounded like I was in like an aquarium at SeaWorld or something. I don't know. It sounded so bad.
So
and I would stream on that laptop for so long. And I remember like building up like going up to like 50 viewers and stuff like that and like getting 100 followers like within the first month or something crazy. And I was just like oh my goodness, like this is crazy. Like I'm a streamer. Like I used to say that to my parents and they were like, yeah, I don't know what that means. So I would do all that kind of stuff.
What was the first, in terms of content you were doing consistently on your channel?
It was Minecraft. So I would play on this server called MCPP. Like it's like Hunger Games and stuff like that. So like you would get your resources and then, last player alive wins, like the original battle royale and stuff like that. And I would just play that for hours on end because that's what I was playing anyways. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to stream this because this is what I enjoy. So that was like the days of like Skype and stuff like that too. So like everyone would like, want to Skype together and play games and stuff like that. So that's what it was like. It was like that for a long time, just like playing on a laptop, going live with like 15 FPS and just chilling and having fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so much more simple back then. It sounded
it was so simple.
Yeah.
It was so simple.
Not to say that streaming, like to make streaming like it's so, it is what it is, it's whatever, but it sounded so like it's the good old days. That's what I'm thinking. Like when you talk so fondly about 2012, 2013 and whatever, it sounds like it was just there's no stakes, it was just like I'm having fun, I'm trying to hang out with my friends, and that alone is its content. Yeah. And if you mess with it,
it was good.
That's so cool.
Some fond memories, yeah.
So kind of going from there with your name BoomerNA, you is this the first name you've had since the original account?
So no, this isn't the first name that I had, but my name has always been Boomer. Like, so I'm sure we'll get into it because you talk about like life and stuff like that. But I moved a lot as a kid, and so I lived in Oklahoma, and there's the Oklahoma Sooners, but like their mascot is Boomer Sooner. And my stepdad was like a massive fan. So, being a little kid, I would look up and be like, oh yeah, I'm a fan too. So I just named myself Boomer Sooner 3 because number 1 and 2 was taken. So I was like, well, actually, number 2 was my account, but I forgot the password the next day. So I just made a new one and I got 3. So I was Boomer Sooner 3 for
Mhm.
years. And then a couple years ago, I changed it because I was like, yeah, I don't want this long, weird name anymore. I just want to be, Boomer, and then North America because I,
Yeah.
lived in North America.
It's clean. Wow. I for the whole time I thought you were jumping on the train of that okay boomer kind of thing. And I was like,
No,
wait,
I've
how?
had it for a long time. I had it
Oh
on
my
like
god.
Club Penguin and stuff too. Like, I had it like in like 2008. Like, that's how long I've had it. It's like a,
Dang.
yeah. So when the OK Boomer shit came out, I was like pissed because that's what everyone would do. They'd just be like, "Okay, Boomer," and I just like, I'd be so mad about it.
If anything, I would think that's just great smart marketing was what I was thinking. I was like,
No,
damn, this man's
because
getting what?
anything you would say, people would just be like, "Okay, Boomer," and then it would just be stupid. I hated it.
Okay, fair play. Fair. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, the homie's 19. Like, how you're not boomer age. Like the boomer age is my age. Like
Right,
again,
exactly.
okay, you don't gotta agree that quickly, all right?
I mean, listen. All right, you don't got much long left. Let's be honest.
I got
Deathbeds are right around the corner, buddy. I can tell.
I got this much left of relevancy here on Twitch.
Exactly.
And your boy is done, all right? Your boy's going back to being buff quackity, apparently, all right? That's too much.
Okay, I don't know where that one came from.
That's
hey,
what
you
they
do
were
you.
saying. That's your community, man. That's not me.
My community?
They were calling me that the whole time before I was trying to warm up here. Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Yeah, they also call me an iPad kid. All right, so like they're just wrong in general. They don't know what they're talking about.
Where do you even think that joke and or comment came from? Being an iPad kid?
They think I'm short. Like legit. I'll like stand up. I'll like walk back, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, stand next to your bed," and then they just think that I'm built like a little Smurf or something like that, dude.
How tall
it's
are
like,
you? How tall do you think you are?
It's whatever. I'm already over it.
How tall do you think you are, Boomer? All right, how tall?
Do I think I am? I know I'm 5'11". I mean, no, 7'2". Like,
whoa.
yeah, 7'2". Those posts are like 6'10".
Yeah, those are corridors, my man. Those are corridors. I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, going to the ceiling. I like that. It's fine. If it'll make you any feeling better, I'll tell you how tall I am. All right. I made the mistake. I didn't think this was before I was doing the show, so I thought it was okay to just share information like that. You know, Cleveland, I got to share other information, but I was like, oh yeah, you can know how tall I am. It's the worst idea I've ever done.
Nope.
It's
no.
yeah. I am a fun size 5'6". All right, Boomer. All right.
That's like the size of my stepdad. You're good. That's fine.
But like, I could fit in your pocket. I could legitimately. It's like I can fit in a carry-on.
Someone's built like
fine.
a Kit Kat at Halloween, little fun size.
All right, buddy boy. A Kit Kat, a fun size Kit Kat. All right, let me be a regular Kit Kat. True, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. Fair play. With that being said, let me go into this bit. You kind of know about this bit, which is kind of interesting because I saw you say it on stream, and I was like, this man's been watching.
I watched a few VODs. I watched Kinsey's and I watched my friend Aurora Lights. So I was like, I was well prepared.
You were well prepared. I hopefully you didn't scrub any good stuff out there. But all I'm saying is, you know what's happening. You know what's happening next. All right, Boomer. You know what exactly what's happening here. I have here on my left your channel, and I've picked out 3 clips. Just 3 clips. All right, of the many clips.
Oh, there's so many.
So many out of context. Like it's so many risque ones that I'm like, we'll play this one by ear. We'll play this one by ear. But here's the deal. All right, I haven't, again, like I've said, I haven't been around Twitch for very long. So I'm gonna need you to explain to me the context of what's going on here in these clips. As well as, I just got a couple questions that may follow up.
I'm sure you got many questions for me.
I got a lot of questions, Boomer. All right,
yeah.
I got a lot of questions. Let's switch over the scenes here to the clip cam. This first one, it says Boomer does the WAP and chat loses it.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Kim K in existence here.
I just need to understand, Boomer. And it's 32 seconds long. Let's give it a look. All right. I'm not even going to say anything. We're going to let the whole clip play out. I just want to, let's take this in together. All right. Let's take this one in together. Let me make sure. Full volume. All right. Here we go.
The WAP? Give me some fucking room, man.
Damn! look at them cheeks. Ooh!
Sir.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me, Boomer. Excuse me. What?
Yeah.
That would you define what you just did there as the WAP? What was that? What happened there?
Okay. Well, before the whole DMCA thing happened on Twitch, where you had to like delete all your clips and shit, I had the actual full dance. But at this time, people wanted me to do it again, but I didn't want to do it. But I said that I would recreate the iconic part of that whole clip. And it was me, like when I did it, I got up on my bed just like that, and I shook my ass for like a whole like 10 seconds on the actual clip that like was the original. And so I did it for a couple seconds on that one, just to satisfy people, just to show them that the dump truck is real, you know?
True. That's actually factual though. There's no one was, trying to debate whether the dumpy was or not there. My question was like, when I watched this and I saw the title, I was like, hold up one sec, this ain't the WAP, this is a wall twerk. This man is just twerking on the wall. He's twerking on his bed. I was confused. I had to hit up several of my friends here being like, yo, you got to watch this clip. Is this am I going crazy? Is this the WAP? Is this the WAP?
And they're like,
no, you got to ask about it. You got to press up. So you're telling me truly it was your community was just lambasting you. They were egging you on.
They just wanted to see, why Kim K hits me up in the DMs asking how big my dumpy is all the time. They wanted to confirm how big it was, and I just had to show it off.
Yeah. You left no doubters at the end of this clip.
Oh,
there was
of
no
course
doubters.
not.
This is
of course not.
That was out of pocket. That was a great clip.
I love it.
It was a great one. I appreciate that one. All right. See, it's pretty easy. See, Boomer, it's pretty easy.
It is.
Such an easy segment.
I saw the other two. They were like freaking out. They were like, oh, I don't want you to show my clips. Shut up. It's on the internet anyways.
Thank you. If you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. But I'm just saying, I went on a quick scroll, and I just find everybody's things. I'm just like, oh, this is an interesting thing. Let's see what you got going on. I like it. So let's go on to the second one, all right? Let's go on to the second one.
Okay.
I don't understand this one in terms of how you got yourself in this situation. But for some reason, Boomer, you had a tizzy. You had a little mini freak out here. And I just want to understand who's everyone that's involved in this clip, as well as what's going on to the point where, well, you reacted the way you did. So let's see what's going on here. Only 20 seconds or so. Let's give a listen.
Oh, okay.
Why does it move like that?
This is how sharks move, probably. They do.
Okay, I'm gonna get banned if I keep showing this. I'm gonna get banned if I keep showing this. I'm gonna get banned. There's just I'm getting banned. Nice, foolish, nice. You got me banned off twitch.tv. Oh, this is the good game.
Oh, goodness.
So, Boomer, what's going on in this clip?
All right, so you got a bunch of Dream SMP members. So that person in particular is Foolish Gamers, and he's known for sharks. Well, he has this little wiggly shark that resembles a penis when it moves. So I was like,
what penis is going side to side, Boomer? I don't know what.
Well, okay. Well, when your fruit roll-up is long enough, I mean, you could probably dangle that thing around like a little helicopter.
Okay, buddy.
Listen, I'm not wrong.
Boomer. You're not wrong.
So, homie's whipping out his little thingy and wiggling it back and forth like he's just showing it off. And no, it's gonna get me banned. Listen.
Yes.
There might be a lot of people out there that can show their dump trucks and not get banned, such as myself. But I don't know one person that is allowed to show their fruit roll-up, their corn dog, and flap it around like that for fun and not get banned.
I respect that, Boomer. I respect. And you know what? And I just wanted to be said. First of all, me pausing the screen at this is more of realistic of a wiener. But anywho, more importantly. Just saying, all right? But you literally put your screen on top of it. You said, no more, you shall not pass.
Exactly.
So, if anything, Twitch should be praising you, all right? Because you're truly keeping this
place
safe.
I'm ready to be like a Twitch ambassador or something. I mean, I'm saving the website. I'm saving the website from from destructive behavior.
My ass ain't getting partnered after showing all this shit. I'm telling you this right now. I'm done.
For
here.
real?
I'm done.
Nah,
I'm
now
done.
you're screwed. You should have covered your camera up with it.
See me on Facebook, but I love this. I love this. It legitimately, there was something. So this itself, I'm surprised it's not a GIF. Honestly, it's so funny.
Oh, I
and
know.
it's so satisfying to watch. Just this flipping and flopping around. I love that a lot. But that's really cool. That's really cool that again, you made sure to keep this place safe, and for that,
I gotta keep it TOS friendly.
Yeah, I pray. Hey, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you so much for your service there.
No problem, of course.
We're gonna bring it back once more to your dumpy. All right. Again,
Oh,
majority of your clips, just
this one,
so focused.
iconic.
This is something so it's in the Hall of Fame of Twitch. It's in the place where it's just, frankly, I just couldn't understand how you got away with it. All right. People are up in arms about hot tubs, but what is this? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No, go ahead. What are you saying? What are you saying? Before?
All I'm saying is, if I ever take a little dive into the hot tub genre, I don't think they're ready for it. I think they might have to change the TOS if I went on over to it. I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna be giving Indie Fox and Amaranth a run for the money, apparently. All right, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Let's give it a listen.
Sure.
Let's give it a listen here. Let's give it a listen, and the question I'll ask you after we watch this is, how did this clip come to be? What's the context of it? All right, let's give it a listen.
Okay.
30 seconds long.
Looks like I gotta go pick it up. You guys, don't look away. Oh no, oh man, just look away, guys. Look away. Oh no. Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. You guys, quit looking, man. You silly gooses.
Silly goose.
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is BoomerNA at his finest. Tell me how did this clip come to be? What's going on here? Give me the sauce. Give us the tea.
So this is Christmas Eve, because I wore this frog onesie on Christmas Eve, and earlier in this stream I did the same thing, but I had my friends told me to do it. So, I don't want to get banned off Twitch, so I'm just gonna tell everyone to look away. In case the dumpy's a little too big for Twitch TOS.
Yeah.
I'm just telling everyone to look away, just so they don't hit that report button, after they see how massive it was.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, I dropped my water, but I had to go pick it up. I mean, how am I gonna hydrate? I can't hydrate without it. So, I have to go pick it up somehow. So, I had to go, back up the dumpy, and shit happens.
All I'm saying, Boomer, is that, usually I don't assume someone's religion, but this man's a Jehovah's thickness, all right? That was ridiculous. I've never seen such a ridiculous clip. You're one of your, if not your highest clip. And I was just like, this man is just, I have to do it. I'm losing money if I did not. I would lose an opportunity. But that's hilarious.
Exactly.
I love that. I love, you got to poke fun about the obvious, of course,
Exactly.
which is, a little bit of the meta that's going on. But it's okay. It's okay. Get your bag. But I love that. That's a funny bit.
Exactly.
Clean bit. That being see, that's 3 clips right there, Boomer. As easy as that.
I know.
It was simple.
Easy peasy.
Nothing to sweat. But then you also know the other side of this bit. That's the worst
tweets.
part.
Oh,
you know that my favorite platform's Twitter, all right? You know that's my favorite.
Twitter is a place and a half, I'm telling you.
But before I can even show your tweets, I have to ask you, before I even get to the first one, the amount of PP tweets that I literally, I'm going piss, I've taken a shit. How many tweets are you alerting everyone, your thousands of thousands of people, that you're taking a piss?
Okay, well, number one, everyone pisses and shits. So everyone should be used to the topic by now. Number two, it's funny.
I think you even double tweeted one day when you're taking a piss. I was like, this guy's not good. I think I spent the most time on your Twitter, and majority of the time was literally like an hour of my life was on your Twitter going through old tweets. And I was like, I can't keep asking PP comments, man. I can't do it, but I love it. There are some things. I chose 3 that I found very fascinating. All right, Boomer.
Okay.
I just and they kind of go.
Fascinating.
You know,
That's
just
a strong term.
yeah. You know, I wouldn't say anything weaker. All right, for you, Boomer. But here's the thing. Let's start off with the first one.
Okay.
I usually don't bring in politics here into Twitch. That's a sans bit. But I notice here you got a text message, all right? The tweet reads, for everyone that can't read, it says, "It's been over 48 hours, Amber. Please answer my damn question." And you got a text message, all right? You got a text message that says, "Hi, Dylan. I'm Amber with Dr. Woody Myers for governor. Can we count on you to vote for a governor who will prioritize Hoosier healthcare and public education?" And you respond, Boomer, you respond with, "Well, that depends, ... Does Woody think women are poggers?" What is the story behind this tweet, and did you ever get a response back?
Well, number one, fuck Amber. She never responded to me. That's number one. Screw Amber. And I don't know who the hell Dr. Woody Myers is. What a stupid name. And like, what is this, Toy Story? Number two, this was around voting time. And I'm not political at all. I don't lean left. I don't lean right. I don't lean anywhere because I don't give a shit about it. So I was like, oh, well, this would be funny if they responded. Like, if I got a response out of this, it'd be a perfect tweet. Well, I wanted to know, did Woody think women are poggers? Because, you know, if Woody's gonna be a governor, where's the other woman governor? Where's the woman governor at?
True.
You know, why is it gotta be Woody Myers? Well, I messaged Amber, that little selfish bastard didn't respond, and I never got an answer.
Nothing.
I was really sad.
So it's safe to say. Oh, go on.
I think women are extremely poggers. And, you know, I think the bare minimum would be for Amber to respond with, yes, he thinks they're poggers.
So it's safe to say that they didn't get your vote.
It's safe to say that asshole didn't win either. I'm pretty sure.
Spoiler alert. Well, true. Didn't win, and it's because of you, Boomer. You single-handedly ruined their campaign, all right?
Exactly.
I'll clip this and I'll send it their way, and we got to get a new manager for Woody, all right? If there's going to be some change.
And I get arrested because there's politics or some shit.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Let's keep it off. Let's stay our lane here, all right? Let's stay in Minecraft and talk shows, all right? Let's stay on
exactly.
That. I like this, but I love that. That's a great response. The second one here, the second tweet, you know, I couldn't avoid all the PP comments. So this one goes at 2:51 p.m., November 25th, which is a day after Thanksgiving, 2020. And it says, "Sometimes I piss my pants just to feel some warmth. Sometimes I piss my pants just to feel some warmth." Boomer, can you explain to me what's going on here, sir?
Okay, well, sometimes in life you're a little single and you just want like the embrace of another human being, and you can't get that. So it was cold outside. It was a cold November 25th, 2020.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta let the sprinkler system do its thing and potentially feel something because you're so down bad.
Did it hit different, Boomer? Did it hit different?
I mean, it hit something. I don't know what it hit, but I never did it again. I'll tell you that.
Did you dead ass though? Did you actually pee yourself, or was this
no?
Oh my gosh! Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes. We're seeing behind the scenes here. It did not happen. I was gonna play you some Marvin's Room if that was true. All right, I was gonna play you some of that Cups of the Rose. Damn. But I love that, and I love the first. Usually I don't read it aloud, but I love the first comment goes. "You gained an audience and you decided to use it solely for the purpose of informing the public."
That's a good friend. That's a good friend of mine. Yeah.
It's a great friend, all right? Kept you on check there. And you go straight to his throat. You go, "What about it?" All right? That's OP. That's OP.
Exactly.
That's a top 10 anime betrayals right there. I love it. 100%. Here's the last one here, Boomer. All right? Here's the last one.
Okay.
And
I'm interested.
It's a haymaker. Boomer. All right? It says here, you posted this recently, April 17th. It says, "My experience, ... with these content creators, real, not fake." And you hit us with a twit longer. That, quite frankly, I was not prepared for. Because the second I pressed that twit longer, whap! I'm hit with a roast session, a burn book, a Mean Girls burn book of content creators. And if I may, I'm just gonna read a few of these for you, all right? I'm not gonna read it all right?
Okay.
This is longer than the Constitution, I feel like, but I'll read you as many as I can, all right? You started with,
Okay.
let me ask you this before we get started. Is this in any particular order?
No.
Okay.
Because this was during my 36-hour stream, and we hit this goal,
Mm-hmm.
and so I didn't know what I was gonna write, and so I just started letting my fingers do the work, and
And
they did something.
you did something, all right. They did something. The first one you put up with punts, and you went with all caps. Okay, first of all, you literally are the walking embodiment of Axe body spray. You just buried the man with that one, all right. What is he, a high school locker room?
Exactly.
This is brutal.
Man's like 25 years old, on his deathbed, and he's out here acting like he's still slapping the top of the doorways in high school. What's up with it? That's what I want to know.
Fair play. Then what is this next was Ant Frost goes, hello, my little Discord kitten, nya, ooh, pounces on you. Wow, you're so warm, my little meow meow. I'm 28 years old and you made me read this one a lot, all right? What was that? What was this one, all right?
Well, so he's a cat, and
Yes.
his Minecraft skin's a cat.
Uh-huh.
And the meme is, you gotta flirt with the homies. So like, I had to hit him with, pounces on you. I mean,
True.
he was warm, dude. He's a little cuddly cat. He's my little meow meow. I mean, I'll give him some milk. It might not be from the fridge, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking up all of it. I'm picking up the drugs there that you're throwing down. All right, correct. But then you go from a nice one to gummy, which you just go straight for her throat or their throat. You smell like cat piss. Where did that energy come from, Boomer?
Okay, well, she plays Apex Legends, and that game sucks. So like, I gotta hit her with the cat piss.
Fair play. You go with 5-up and you just say, what the fuck? You didn't even come up with a job. You just tell them, what the fuck is this? Yeah, what the fuck is this? I literally, and we'll just keep going down the list. Foolish. Hello, my little sharky poo. Love you, moi moi. I know we have our little differences over the years, but I still appreciate. Oh, that one's actually really sweet. Sniff. You go sniffer piss. You go really straight for the pee comments here. Dream I'd flick you like a booger.
Sniffer piss.
You all of these, man. The overall question I have: you are 24 years old. What the fuck is the name Gorgie? For George. Goggy. I'm sorry, Goggy.
Yeah, Goggy. Like, what's up with it?
Truth there. And Jack over here, you just said, I'm not bald like you. Not even a paragraph. Just one sentence. Literally 5 words. Danny Spoons, stop asking me if you want to see your Subway Sam. Because I literally don't. And stop asking, and please stop asking. It's just time and time again. Switch, why is your name Switch is taken? You're Dream fan. You're literally doing a Michael Scott boom roasted bit here in this twit longer. Stop taking my brand. I love your content, Carl Jacobs. The overall question I have for you, Boomer, as we go through that whole list, all right, for most of the list, what inspired this burn book of content creators that you are exposing in 4K to the world here on Twitch?
What was going through my mind?
Yes.
I had to let the people know the truth. The truth that their favorite content creator smells like cat piss, is my little meow meow, and I could flick any of them like a little booger.
Like a booger. Is there any...
Exactly.
Is there any one that you specifically were like, this one's my pride and joy? This one's my favorite comment and or roast that I got across?
Probably puns. Probably his walking Axe body spray. That was probably the best one.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
That forced me to look him up. Like I was like, oh shoot, I gotta check out because I gotta check out who's this embodiment of Axe body spray. I mean, if he's not sponsored by them. And I was just like, fits the bill, damn it. Boomer never misses apparently, dude. Boomer roasted.
I gotta keep it, the 100 emoji.
Yeah, you kept it real. I respect it. But there it is. That's all the bits. That's all the embarrassing or on the spot gotchas. Now we're going into a little bit of introspective questions of your time here on Twitch, and then we'll roll into your life story, all right?
All right, gotcha.
So the first question I have about you kind of being on this platform is, what have you learned about yourself through streaming?
It brings out the best in me. Like, all the qualities that I love about myself. Like, I used to be involved with like, some of the wrong crowds and things like that, and hanging out with, the wrong people. But when I started streaming and I started interacting with other people and like getting their perspectives and things like that on like, topics and things of that nature, it always opened my mind like a ton. And so, over time, obviously like you change as a person no matter what, especially when you're, a teenager like my age, even all the way up to, 25 and even ahead. So, yeah, I was a stupid kid, and like streaming has just opened up like the best in me, and like really changed me, and I wouldn't change it at all. Like this is what I was like meant to do. Like, being able to create a community that, changes my perspective every single day on so many different things and stuff like that, that's like the best.
You said it brings out the best in you, Boomer. What does that mean? What's the best in you?
Well, I think the best thing about me is like my sense of humor. Like I've always been a person that, wants to make people laugh. I've always like related to people that like do comedy and stuff like that. Like I remember like when Robin Williams passed away. Like, he would talk about sometimes how like, comedians and things like that like are, behind the scenes it's not looking so good, and they they make people laugh, to feel better about themselves. And I realized, for a long time that's what I would do too. I would try and make people laugh, to feel better about myself. But over time I learned that, I'm not just like, humorous and stuff like that, because my Twitch community, they love hearing like, about, me in general, not just like, funny. I don't have to be funny 24/7 for my Twitch chat. They want to know about me as a person, and I like that. Like I like being able to show other sides of me other than, loud funny guy, you know what I mean?
Definitely. I love that a lot. That, I myself also, I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy. And so you saying that bit about Robin Williams hit home. Like that's so true. I remember that quote where he's saying sometimes the funniest people in the room are also the saddest. And it's
right, yeah.
It's that mentality of tears of a clown. We're suppressing, and same state, we're suppressing our emotions and our insecurities and our fears by being entertainers, by living vicariously through someone else's laughter. And I love that. You're right. I see that especially in your content too, Boomer, where you're like, you are very entertaining. You have your loud bits. You're very much unapologetically yourself. And so that's, I mean, to be very honest, like you own up to who you are, and you're gonna say, you're gonna do your jokes, you're gonna shake your dumpy, you're gonna do whatever you do to make the reactions and make people feel welcomed and loved. But it's also good and important to check in on those that are helping others. Who's the person that helps other people? So I appreciate you being on here and sharing your story here. Let's go on with this next question then. How would you describe your streaming style, Boomer? How would you describe your streaming style?
Genuine. Like the word I always see people say and the word I always use like to describe myself is just like being genuine. Like I don't put on a show. I don't like put on a personality. What you see is what you get behind the scenes. Like my friends will vouch for me, my IRL friends will vouch for me, my family will vouch for me. Like I am the exact same way on stream as I am off stream. Like if you need me to be serious, I'll be serious, But other than that, like I am that loud person. I'm always that, guy that's like trying to make everyone like laugh and smile and stuff like that. And I'm always going to be, spreading love, like no matter what. Like my community always says like they see me as like a big brother figure and stuff like that. Like that stupid, dumbass older brother that they have. And like that's like a really accurate way to describe me. Cause like, that dumbass brother, he might be stupid, but he's genuine with whatever he does. And so that's what I do, and I think that describes my stream a lot.
Could you ever see it any other way where you are a character or a bit? You know, a lot of people, you know, have this performance mode when they get on and they want to be something else because, you know, in theory on the internet, you could be whoever you want to be. Or is it true where you're like, I can't imagine being anything else than who I am and going forward with that?
I can't see myself doing anything else because it's like it's really hard to see that because it would be like putting on a mask, and I don't want to do that. Like I don't like doing that because if I were to like pretend to be someone different that I'm like not, then I'm also going to like streaming would feel more like a job. Like even though this is like my job, like I still don't see it as that. I still stream every single day for fun. Like I don't do it for money. I don't do it, you know, I don't have a schedule because, you know, if I had a schedule, then it's going to feel more like a chore and stuff like that. So I would say like, you know, if I were to try and be someone else, it would just be different. It wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't like it.
The reason I asked that is to follow up with the thought process of, I guess, when you're completely yourself, you know, you leave yourself very vulnerable too. You know, you leave yourself vulnerable for criticism or just like if someone were, you know, to say, I don't like you as a streamer or whatever, then you take it even more personally. Do you have any fears or struggles with that in terms of being vulnerable online here on Twitch with your community, and especially those that are new or maybe just discovering you now?
So I recently like blew up on TikTok and stuff like that, and I get like a lot. I get hate comments all the time on there about stuff. But it doesn't really bother me that much because like those small little hate comments don't outweigh the fucking constant like love and support that I get all the time. Because you know, if a ton of people really did hate me, then I'd have no viewers, and I wouldn't be, you know, doing what I do. So like, I just think haters are stupid. I literally laugh at them or I roast them myself. Like if you go in my TikTok section, you can see me responding to hate, and I'm roasting the hell out of them. Like it's just funny to me. It just always gives me a good laugh because I'm like, okay, you hate me, but what about all like these other people? Like I'm obviously doing something right, and you're just pissed about it. It's just funny to me.
I love that. That's great. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's talk about these people that you know, your community here. All right. A lot of streamers have a little difficulty answering this question because they think it's too egotistical. So I'm gonna preface it. All right, no ego, all ego aside. I'm gonna take you as your word and where you're at. But Boomer, if I asked your community who you are, and I had no prior knowledge of who you were, what do you think they would say to me?
What would they like describe me as?
Yeah, what would they describe you as?
Probably like aggressively supportive. Like
what?
Like, so what I mean by that is like, you know, what I always do, like, or the, well, shit, I looked at chat. They were like iPad kid. But what's it called? What I would describe myself as is like aggressively supportive. So like, what I mean by that is like, like literally in the same sentence, I'll go, "Oh, I fucking love you, you dumbass," or something like that. Like I say like, you know, I insult them, but I also like show them that I actually like care about them at the same time. It's just like, you know, it's me being myself, and like I always, like my stream will tell you, I say much love and like I love you and like a bunch of other things in the same sentence where I'll call them assholes like all the time.
But that's out of endearment.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's just like they just know that I'm being like aggressively supportive and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's what they would describe me as.
That's great. As well as iPad kid and pisser, apparently.
Yeah, and pisser. Yeah.
You can't beat the classics, all right? We can't surpass the classics. How about this?
Right.
Let's flip the question around. All right. Say I popped in your chat there and I said, "Yo, Boomer, how would you describe your community to me? You know, I'm completely new. I don't know these people. How would you describe the people that are surrounding me here in the chat?"
Stinky. I would say stinky right off the bat. Number two, I would say my chat is like the most loving but fucking weird people you will ever meet. They are some weird ass kids.
Weird?
I'll tell you that.
What do you mean?
They talk about being down bad for fucking Winnie the Pooh and shit. I don't know. They're just out there, right?
I mean,
they're just out there. Okay, whoa.
Have you seen Winnie the Pooh's not wearing
Now
pants?
stop,
Right?
man.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
No. Okay. Anyways, but legitimately, like, if you see something on Twitter, like someone talking about me, and like you see like my fans interacting, they hype each other up. That is so sick. I wrote it on my my alternate Twitter the other day. I don't know if you looked at that one at all.
I do.
I looked at I posted something because I was looking at TikTok.
Yeah.
And I saw like certain clips about me and stuff like that, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, you watch Boomer too?" Like, "Oh my gosh, I love Boomer. Like, let's be friends," and like all that. They were like hyping each other up, wanting to like connect and like do a bunch of other stuff. And it's just like, it's so cool. Like, they're just really loving and supportive, but they're weird at the same time. So it's like a really cool combination. Like, they'll support you no matter what, but they're also gonna be like that weird ass friend that you can talk to about like anything.
But I think that's the best part, though. You know?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. No, that's the best part.
Imagine having just boring. I'm not even saying normies. I'm just saying boring conversation. Like, you gotta have a little bit of weird. You gotta have a little bit of nasty. You gotta have a little bit of crazy to keep things interesting. That's really cool. I think what really spoke though was the support of one another. That's really awesome to see. That's huge because especially whether it be streamer to streamer or viewer to viewer or even person to person, it's very important to check in on one another and show that love because it's tough out there. You know, it's crazy out there. So it's nice that you've created this safe space and this haven where people can come together and just, you know, spread some love, whether that be you or to each other.
Yeah. Like one thing, like, so a lot of MC, like, you know, Minecraft people, like they have really supportive communities. Like Minecraft is like one of the most supporting communities ever.
Huge.
But Minecraft is also the #1 community that will cancel you too. Like that is something that is like very, very apparent and it's everywhere. Like, a lot. And it sucks to see because like, you know, canceling can, you know, obviously ruin someone's career, but it can also like drive them to like really bad points and things of that nature, especially if they're spreading hate along with it. Like if they're making like throwaway Twitter accounts where, you know, they intentionally create a Twitter account just to send hate, like that's disgusting. Like my community, like sometimes you'll see like people with like certain content creators like pictures as their profile picture and they'll be spreading hate. Well, obviously no content creator wants to see that. But I don't think like I can safely say like I don't think I've ever like seen anyone in my community take part in that, and like if they did, they're not really part of my community. They're like on the outskirts and they don't know what they're doing. Like I've never seen anyone try and, you know, be toxic towards someone else. That's what I love about my community is like they're understanding and they know like no matter how bad someone might mess up, like someone's always redeemable. Like you're always like redeemable as a person because like every single person in life,
I love that.
Every single person in life has said something cancelable and, you know, in terms of like social media, like in terms of like anything, like your parents, your grandparents, any family member, any friend, I guarantee you at one point in your life or at one point in their lives, they've said something that is completely fucked up and like would literally ruin them. But it doesn't because they're not a content creator or whatnot.
Yeah.
So why would you, like content creators are still humans. Like we're still the same as everyone else. It's just we have that platform. So it's just like I love that like my community is understanding and they love to, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt or, you know, help each other through something.
Yeah. If I may ask, because I fully agree with you. And, you know, the thing with cancel culture, like it's not, I think the biggest thought process I have in my mind is like, if you really care about the person, you're going to want to educate, you know, to completely stop the conversation does nothing. It allows that person just fester in, you know, the ignorance of what they are thinking or what they thought. and you're not really making any change in the world. But let me ask you this, Boomer, because I do have a little bit of question about that. You specifically said, Minecraft community can be very quick with canceling, and that's a bit of it. Why is that the case? Why is it specifically the MC community is quick on the trigger of just being like, let's hop on this train and let's go forward with canceling this person?
I think a lot of it is like a lot of people are like really well educated on a lot of different subjects. Like I know for me, before the Minecraft community, I obviously like supported like LGBTQ plus and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't know too much information about it. My good friend Ant Frost, that was in the twit longer. I remember when he came out, and I remember when I knew that he had a boyfriend and stuff like that, and I was like, I was hyping him up, like I was so happy for him. But I didn't know that much about that topic because it wasn't something that I was really involved in, and stuff like that. So subjects like that, politics, and certain terminologies that you can and can't use. Like the Minecraft community is very well educated on that.
Yeah.
And for me, I came from the League of Legends community, and if you know the League of Legends community, you know that they're the biggest pieces of shit ever.
Yeah.
Like it's just the truth.
Yeah.
So, like I come from a community that like is toxic. They don't educate anyone. They're just mean. And so like for me, I've learned so much, and like I love learning about it. I love like when people are passionate about what they're telling me and like always telling me like different things or educating me on different subjects that I had no idea. I don't get mad that I don't know. I'm like, oh wow, like now this is something I know, and now this is something that I can avoid if that's something was bad or whatnot that I didn't know. Because in all honesty, I'm like I'm like really open to learning about things, but I just genuinely don't have that much knowledge of a lot of different things because it was something that I didn't really, or I wasn't really involved in before. So it's really cool.
Yeah, or grow up with. Like that's so awesome. Like I think there's a lot of
that's what I've talked about that before too, where it's like I remember like when gay marriage got like legalized and stuff like that. Like I still think it's crazy that it was like illegal or like whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like literally within the past 10 years, so many strides have been made. And like I remember growing up and I saw like movies and stuff like that where like, internalized homophobia was like a thing and stuff like that. And I had like no idea about like any of those terms until I got older. So I was like, oh my goodness, like it's crazy the way we grew up. Like it's crazy.
True. I mean, myself, literally a millennial. I'm still working, going with the flow on all this and trying to empathize. That's the biggest part. I think it has to come from a place of empathy, honest empathy, and wanting to be like, all right, I don't know. It's okay to say I don't know, but it also needs to, on the flip side, be like, let me teach you or let me educate you. But I love that so much because I see the Minecraft community as something really powerful, and I look at you guys as like, not even, let's take out Minecraft, but you all from your generation as the future. So you guys have such a cool, unique opportunity to spearhead this change, and I wish you all knew how much like power you actually have in terms of preaching. And we're not even just talking specifically gay marriage topics. We're talking all the topics across the board.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And that's what blows my mind is like, yo, guys, like, let's not be too quick to fucking take them out. Like, let's teach them now. If they don't change, then let's talk about it a little bit
like,
there.
If someone's like, saying slurs and like they're just like going ham in 2021, like, oh yeah, like they're being an absolute asshole. Like that at that point, it's just like, I don't think anyone deserves hate, but if you're gonna be an asshole on purpose, then you're gonna get asshole comments back. Like
exactly,
that's a different thing. But bringing up a tweet from like 5 years ago, when you were much younger, you weren't educated, you were in maybe with a different friend group or something like that. I just don't agree with it.
That's essentially what that's saying is like, people can't change, people can't learn and grow.
Right, exactly.
And that's what bothers me, at least when I hear that and when I see you, when I see you kind of explaining your point there. I like that though. I love that a ton. somehow we got into that topic, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
But most importantly, I really appreciate you sharing it. I think a lot of people, like especially larger creators, avoid those topics because it's taboo. It's hot. It's something that could be controversial. But for you to this is just putting you on the platform. You're a real one. Like you're willing to shoot your shot and speak your truth.
Yeah.
And do that. I respect that deeply. But here you have it, Boomer. That's the first segment of the show. It's easy. It's simple.
Jeez,
it goes by like that.
Okay.
You're killing it. I knew you would, honestly. I was like, I got nothing to fret. I'm not going to be having to carry any interviews. We're going to let the homie talk, and he's got it from here. Here's the thing, though, Boomer. If you've also seen this part of the show, you'll know that I have a tiny bladder. And I've scheduled 3 bathroom breaks. I also like to drink a jug of water. Do you have to use the restroom at all, Boomer?
I gotta take my sweatshirt off. This thing's
hot
shoot.
Go ahead,
take a whole ass wool thing.
Take off your sweatshirt. I'm gonna
turn on my fan.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll hang out for a bit and I'll use the restroom after you do all that.
Okay.
Oh. Jeez Louise, guys. Now he's taking off the sweatshirt. I think he's in the hot seat. All right. I think we got. Hey, everyone here. Thank you so much, Britt. I appreciate Britt Balls. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. All the follows. Again, the follow alerts are off because of the bots. But guys, I'm already enamored. Like I'm proud of him. That's so awesome. Hold on, let's see what he's got. You good, Boomer?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right. The chat's yours. You know how I said don't look at chat? This is the time. This is everything.
Okay.
Deal with them right there. All right. I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good. Yo, dumbasses. What's up, you piss bags? Yo. Why are there... Yo, go retweet. Guys, go retweet my tweet about moms online. Go. We need more of you pissers in here, dude. What? Go retweet it. Moms is a hella cool dude. Super cool. He's super awesome. Like, I love his show, dude. I'm having a blast. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. It's a lot more calm than, my usual stuff. It's like, dude, what this reminds me of is like, if you guys are ever around for like my hardcore streams, it gives me that kind of vibe. So if you guys are enjoying it, you enjoy like me answering the questions and stuff like that, remember, at some point in the show, there's going to be a time where you guys can ask me questions. So like any question, it's not off the board. Don't be weird though, you fucking freaks. But keep in mind, you have to do !Q and then submit it anonymously. So, yo, go retweet it, tell people to join, and stuff like that. So, yeah, dude. Big man, he's listening to you. Oh well, shit happens. If he's listening, oh well, shit happens. iPad kid, what's up? Yo, Ashley Marie, you're banned in my chat. Good luck. Alyssa321 says you're weird. Okay, yeah, nice. Keep them coming, guys. Keep the negative comments coming. See if you're able to type tomorrow. See, yeah, really mature. You dumbasses. Oh my goodness. Fit check. Hey, we got that BoomerNA merch. You already know. Yo, guys, BoomerNA, do !point merch on my Twitch channel. BoomerNA, please, guys, please go buy it. I need to eat. So you lied? I thought you didn't lie. Are you stupid? You think I'm gonna tell him that I actually pissed my pants? Of course not.
Wow.
Oh no!
Wow, how the mighty have fallen. You're not even the truth. How do I even go forward with the rest of this show if I can't even
hear me? You don't even have your headphones on.
My bad. Because you're loud as fuck, dude. You're yelling in them,
all
right?
Shit. Okay,
no,
okay, whatever.
No. You literally, I go to the restroom, I was taking a piss, and I could hear, what's up, ass? Like, whatever, you went straight for them. Jackasses, I believe you call them. What up, jackasses? I was like, this man is not even...
4K.
4K. This man, you made... Now I feel nervous. I don't know if I can ask any other questions here, that if I know the truth or not. I feel like I'm getting gaslighted here. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But,
oh my goodness.
But Boomer, the thing is, we're rolling into the heart of the show. This is the meat and potatoes. This is literally the whole concept of what we do here on Inside the Streamer Studio.
Okay.
there's something I want to tell you as well as all those that are watching tonight or even on the future on YouTube and Spotify, and it's this, all right? Someone's life story, it doesn't have to be a content creator. It's an individual person, is extremely special. I consider it a gift because we're able to look at life through a different lens, and we're able to live vicariously through someone else's experiences and someone else's, victories and as well as tragedies. And I think that's really important because, I mean, we're all the center of our own universes. So I think it's paramount in order to gain not necessarily even knowledge, but some wisdom. That's my biggest thing in life. I don't care to be the smartest person in the room. I do care to be a little bit wise. All right, it comes with being 28 apparently. But that being said, Boomer, all right. It is my job, and in the nature of the show, that I ask a lot of follow-up questions, and I ask a lot of much more deeper and maybe even personal questions. Here's the thing, all right? If you ever feel uncomfortable or don't want to answer it for any reason,
Okay.
just tell me so. Just say, hey, that's too personal. Or
Gotcha.
maybe even just give a vague answer and we can move on from there, all right? This isn't a gotcha show. I know a lot of talk shows
Yeah.
on Twitch, they love, controversy creates cash, right? Like if people want to see a little bit of drama, but this is literally it's the meta against that. It's I just want to hear someone's story, and I just want to hear as much as they're willing to share, not just with myself, but to the public. And I want to be able to respect and honor that as much to the highest degree. All right, Boomer?
Gotcha.
That being said, it's always the first question that's the most like kind of sus or weirdest, because it's just like, wow, okay, you did this whole speech about being nice, and then now you're gonna hit us with one of the most personal questions. Let's start off with the beginning, which is about your family and you kind of generally growing up. What territory? You don't gotta give me the specifics. Maybe a city, maybe a state, maybe a region. But where were you born and raised?
I was born right around Chicago, like the Midwest area. So,
Ooh,
that's where I was born.
nice.
Yeah.
Any siblings?
I have one half sister and I have 3 stepsisters.
Nice. Okay. Tell me
Yeah.
about your relationship. So you have all sisters around you.
Right.
Tell me about the dynamic there. Tell me about your relationship with your sisters.
I don't see my stepsisters that often because they live in like they live like way far west.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all grown up now. They're older than me. But when I was growing up, like really little, they would be around like every other weekend or every weekend and stuff like that. So the dynamic was good. No problems. We all got along like really well. Sometimes people are like, oh, step siblings and whatnot. Like it's gonna be like they're gonna be mean to each other or something like that. But we got along like really well. I have my half sister. She lives with like me and my family and stuff like that. My relationship is good with her. I'm like,
That's awesome.
the older brother. She knows that she thinks I'm stupid, but she also knows that I care a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in the pecking order of all those sisters? Are you middle? Are you the youngest? Are you second youngest? Where are you in there?
I'm like, so I'm the second youngest. So like my half sister is younger than me. And then it's me, and then the rest of them are older.
Awesome. Tell me what your siblings have taught you that you kind of hold true to your heart today.
My little sister has taught me like she's super smart. She's like insanely smart. She's gonna be in high school.
Nice.
She is incredibly smart, and she's had like 2 massive surgeries, like scoliosis and brain surgery.
Wow.
And so like she has inspired me a lot too. I have health issues, but she's had like 2 massive surgeries and stuff like that, within the same year. So she's like taught me like strength at like such a young age. Like it's insane. So yeah, just like strength throughout like everything. Obviously like my stepsisters, like they experienced a divorce and stuff like that. So that's something like I never knew about, but they still showed like love towards like me, and like I was so young when my parents got remarried or whatnot. So yeah, they just showed me like a ton of like love, even though like they had no idea who I was, and I just randomly showed up one day.
Was that strange to you at the time, or was it something you just kind of lived with in terms of kind of getting love from these people that you didn't know for a lot of not a majority, but a portion of your life?
Uh, it wasn't really that weird to me. Like, I was really excited.
That's cool.
So like my real dad, he died when I was 5 months old,
I'm sorry.
of a heart condition, and they had no idea. He was like 24,
Wow.
and stuff like that. So I didn't have a dad growing up,
Mm-hmm.
for like the first like 5 years of my life. So I didn't have like that figure except for like my grandpas and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was super excited to have like, a dad and like, family like that,
Yeah.
come into my life. And I was just hyped up about it. Like, I remember like day one that I met like my stepdad, I immediately started calling him dad. Like, I was just hyped up, and he was
That's so
like super ecstatic about that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I was just happy about it.
That's so cool. That's so cool that you were able to kind of, find love through those different avenues. And I'm sorry to hear about that
Yeah.
part in your life there. Let me ask you though. Talk to me about the dynamics with your parents. All right, with your mom and your stepdad.
Yeah, they've been, gosh, how long have they been married now? Like 14, 15 years, or
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. It's always been good. Like,
Heck yeah.
I've always considered, my stepdad my real dad, and I appreciate him. He gives me advice and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Um, it's always been super cool. Like, I was always like a mama's boy and whatnot,
Yeah.
because that's who I grew up with.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was like really cool being able to, not have something and then, have it walk into your life and just be like, take you under their wing, and just like you experience things that you didn't experience before.
Mhm.
So it's like, it was really nice. It was really cool.
Mhm. And how about your mom?
My mom, oh my goodness, like, I would die so many times over for my mom. Like, she's awesome, dude. She's so cool. She's
Mm.
been my biggest supporter throughout streaming. I remember when I told her I was dropping out of school like a couple months ago, dude, and
Yeah.
she was just like, okay, like, I believe in you now. Like, she
Wow.
always asks me like every single day about my community. Like,
Yeah.
the other week, she like brought up someone's fan art that they did of me, and she cried. Like, my mom is awesome. Like, yeah, I would do anything and everything for her.
Mhm. Mhm. That's amazing. I love
Yeah.
that a ton. Similar to the siblings question, I'm gonna ask you about your parents here. Give me one lesson from each. All right, from both your mom and pa that they've taught you. All right, at the age of 19, that you still hold true to your heart today. Something that you apply in your life still now.
My mom has always taught me like, work hard, like, no matter what,
Mhm.
because she was a single mom for a while, and like, I can't imagine like, raising a kid like on your own, especially like after experiencing someone pass away.
Yeah.
Like, she always taught me like, work hard. Like, she worked hard for me, and stuff like that. And all throughout like my childhood and into my teenage years, she's always taught me, just try your best. Like, you're a super smart kid, but just try your best, like, with everything. Like, you're gonna be able to do it.
Mhm.
My dad, he's always just taught me like, be patient and like be smart with things, because you don't want to like rush into anything. You don't want to. He taught me like rationality, like, think smart
Oh,
and stuff like that.
I like
Um,
that.
and like take your time and like think things through. Don't overthink, but like, make sure what decisions you're making are the right ones, and the smartest ones.
Yeah. Things that are planned out. Having what is it? The term is calculated risks.
Right.
You
Yeah.
should take risks in life, but don't be reckless with it. Make sure that you actually have something there, something that, I'm assuming you didn't just jump into streaming saying, I'm going full time at 2012.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta prove a little bit of why you're doing it and your passion behind it, as well as the longevity of it. That's really cool though, that they showed you that love, and I'm 100% gonna get into that in two more segments from there. But
Right.
I'm gonna get a little bit of I'm gonna get a little sentimental with you, all right, Boomer. I'm gonna ask you this one. One of the greatest things about this show that I've realized by doing it this long, it acts as a time capsule. You know, it access because
Mm-hmm.
it'll be on YouTube eventually. And so whenever, you know, at any time, whether it be next year or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, as long as it's still up there, you'll be able to go back into that moment in life, this moment that we're having right here, and be like, oh man, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was saying. This is, you know, and that's why I find these things so special, especially content that's the term is evergreen content, I guess would be it.
Right. Yeah. I
So
like that.
the question that I have for you is, let's act like this is a time capsule, all right? What is something that you would like your family, all of them, to remember about you? And that anytime you get in a little fight, or maybe you were to move away as you grow older or as life progresses, that maybe they can come back to and listen to you say and be like, yo, this is where we're at in this life. This is, and in this very moment, this is what I got to say about you and what I think about you.
Thank you for like giving me my ideals and the love that I'm able to give to others like every single day. I was raised in a household that loved me and like didn't care if I did well or bad. They just always cared about me and just always said I love you at the end of the night, like no matter what. Even if we fought that day, even if, you know, something bad happened, even if I did something stupid or said something stupid, that they'd always just say I love you no matter what, and they would show it, because that's what I want to do for other people, and that's what they've showed me. Is like no matter how bad I mess up, they still love me, and I want to do that for not only them, but you know, for everyone.
I love that. I love that a lot. That's so cool. Thank you so much for that moment. Let's talk a little bit about you as a preteen to teen, all right? What kind of
Okay.
person, you know, during those preteen years, we're talking like 8th grade going into your first year, freshman year in high school. Who were you? Who was BoomerNA at that time?
Who was I at that point? I was probably playing CS:GO, so that's another toxic community. So I was probably
Yeah.
a little ass. I was probably a little asshole. I would probably, you know, insult people a lot. I'd probably, you know, say some naughty words, and I would just do that kind of stuff. I was hanging around, you know, middle school. I don't know if you've ever interacted with a middle school boy as you got older, but
Yeah.
I have, and they're freaks. Like they say some weird shit, and they even in today, like they say some weird stuff. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Um,
You're right.
so like around that time, like I know I was stupid. I was really dumb. But luckily, CS:GO for me was starting to die out, and I was starting to move back into the Minecraft community. So I met like, so I've met, you know, content creators like Dream, Sapnap, and big people like that, Bad Boy Halo, all back in the day, like 2013 and stuff like that. I met them. But you know, early on in my high school, 8th grade freshman year, Bad Boy Halo was starting to create a new Minecraft server, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there's gonna be so many people coming back that I know, and so I luckily started getting in with the right crowd again, starting hanging out with like the good people, and like started moving towards, you know, obviously fixing my act for what you can fix it for at that age, and stuff like that, and they like really, you know, helped me, and I became like a staff member on their server and stuff like that. In real life, I didn't do too much social things. Like I wasn't into sports. I wasn't really into anything like that. I was a choir kid. Like I would love doing choir and stuff like that.
I could hear it. I could hear it, definitely.
Yeah, I would sing it. I would sing at church and stuff like that. I used to go to church a lot. And yeah, I was just vibing. Like my freshman year and stuff like that. I was just coming home every day, you know, not doing my homework. I would just come home, immediately load up Minecraft and just start playing, and talking to the homies every single day. Those were good memories.
Let's go into that next segment in your life. Let's talk about education. Let's talk about your time specifically in high school. Now, before I get into the always kind of the first question, the main question, you mentioned about 30, maybe 40 minutes ago, you said, you know, I kind of was hanging around the wrong crowd. You know, I kind of what if you may, if I may ask, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean wrong crowd of people?
Well, like I grew up in like a really really small town, so
Yeah.
like everyone's views were like really close-minded. They
Mm,
weren't very supportive of outside groups and stuff like that, and so I moved around. I've moved over like 15 times during my entire life. So from like elementary school to 7th grade, I moved like 15 times. So I had been exposed to like many different things. And so my ideals were, they were good. But then I started, hanging out with like kids that were like in this like small town, closed-minded. Like my graduating class is only like 140 people. And like when it's that small, everyone has like the same ideals and stuff like that.
yeah.
So I started getting like wrong opinions about, certain topics and things like that. And, thinking back on it, it's just like if I would have, known what I know now,
Mhm.
like that wouldn't have been me. Like I wouldn't have hung out with the people I hung out with. And stuff
It's
like that. So
it's interesting because whenever okay, maybe it's a generational thing, but like when I hear the term "I hung out with a bad crowd," I'm thinking underage drinking, I'm thinking drugs, I'm thinking sex,
yeah, no,
And
I
so
didn't do that.
to hear like a mentality change, to hear that like, yo, these people actually had a very toxic and outdated, I think, outlook into the world.
Right, yeah.
It was
That's what I
your
say.
case, and I love that. I like that. I think I'm learning that that's kind of the newest threat to our world, our society, is that
Yeah,
that
is
ignorance and
old
being
old views.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because I was never interested in like drugs or partying or alcohol. Like I was concerned with getting home, getting on my Minecraft server, and banning some hackers. That's what I was concerned about. I wasn't worried about like, oh my gosh, where's the next party this weekend? Like, no, I didn't give a shit about that.
no griefing, all right? No grievers here. All
Yeah,
right? It's
for
a clean
real,
one.
for
It's a nice
real.
one. Let me ask this, all right? In high school, we're familiar with all the stereotypes. We're familiar with the jocks, the popular kids, the preppy kids, the emos, the outcasts, the bullies, whatever it may be. Boomer, where did you fall in that spectrum of stereotypes in high school?
I didn't fall into any stereotype. Like everyone's always gonna say I'm a Chad. I didn't hang out with any specific group. I
Yeah.
was the kid that hung out with every single group. No matter
Huh.
if you were unpopular, emo, like popular, jock, whatever.
Yeah.
I was the kid that like I was really friendly with everyone.
Mm.
So like I was friendly with everyone, but I didn't have very many like close friends, if that makes sense. Like I was able to talk to anyone and everyone, but I didn't have like very many close people. So like while I was still talking to people, I was still like very lonely like throughout high school until like my senior year.
Mhm. Why was
It was go ahead.
Well, why, to kind of stay on that topic though, why was that the case? Why in that mindset or in that time in your life were you? It's kind of the essence of a social butterfly, but it's like you know a lot of people, but not a lot of people really know who you are. You know the stuff
Right.
that you were struggling at the time. So why was that the case where you were more invested in? Similar to making someone laugh or being entertaining or having a conversation with literally any friend group, but never really investing in a person or a group of people.
I was always afraid I was gonna move again. So like
Wow.
the place that I was at before I moved in 7th grade, like, was the first place that I made like really good friends, and I like cried when I moved. Like I really like bawled my eyes out. So I was always afraid that I wasn't gonna be like in 7th grade, at the end of 7th grade or halfway through 8th grade year, one of my like really good friends that had like a really open perspective on a bunch of things, he moved away. So I was like, well, damn, like this sucks ass. So I didn't really have those close relationships until like my junior year, like the summer of junior year, like going into junior year and stuff like that. Just because I was always terrified that I was gonna have to move again.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I just didn't really open up with a lot of people. I would always just like, put on that mask of, being the loud funny guy, and then like not really interact with like anyone from school like outside. And I was just like, I didn't really get involved with like social events or sports or anything because I was just like, well, I'm probably gonna move again eventually, so it really doesn't like matter that much.
It's tough because like, let's say school is even like it's a type of home, you know? You go there, you're spending legitimately good chunk of your life at school. It's an 8 to 2 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So to not be able to plant your roots in there, you know, not be able to invest in lives, that's got to be lonely. How did you handle your mental health at that time? How did you handle when you were feeling down in the dumps and you needed somebody to lean on or to cry to or to just pour into? Because you yourself, you can't be making everyone laugh. You yourself also have to be relieved of that kind of pain.
Yeah, around that time, I really didn't do too much like relieving of it. I would just kind of cope with it.
Wow.
So for me and stuff like that, like, it was also like, you know, I had my stepdad, but I wasn't really like close with him.
Mhm.
We were like, you know, as you grow up, like you grow distant from your parents, and you know, especially like when it's like a stepdad and stuff like that, and like, you know, you kind of grow a little bit distant. So I was always like, you know, I noticed like kids at school would always have like, you know, their dads at like football games and things like that. And it was for me like I always still had that thing like in the back of my mind because like people knew like, oh yeah, he's the kid that like, you know, his dad died at like an early age and stuff like that. So it always
Wow.
like I would always be thinking about that too because I was like, you know, I miss him even though I never like got to like meet him. Like I still miss him like a lot. Like even to
Yeah.
this day, like I would do anything to like, you know, meet my dad and stuff like that. And it's just like I'd always to cope through a lot of the loneliness, you know, I would like pray like a ton. And I would play a shit ton of games at home because like I knew my internet friends aren't going anywhere. Like I'm able to hop on Discord, TeamSpeak, Mumble Voice, Skype, whatever the hell you want to like what was popular at the time, and
Mm.
I'm always going to have those friends. Like those internet friends are always going to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to always be able to talk to them no matter where I move in the country and whatnot. Like that's what I did.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wow, I didn't think about it that way, but you're 100%. Can I ask? I kind of avoided asking this in the last segment, but I feel comfortable enough now to talk to you about it, about your biological dad and the passing there.
Right. Yeah. You can ask anything.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes sometimes I got just intuition where I'm
No,
just, I'm gonna
yeah,
hold
you're
back.
good. You're good.
All right. How old were you when you found out that your biological dad passed?
Um, gosh, I probably had to have been like 2.5 or 3.
Yeah.
Like I was like really little, and
Mhm.
like I didn't understand. I don't know if I understood the concept of death, but I
Yeah.
knew that I would never meet him. Like that's what that would like. I always knew that. Like I
Mhm.
just knew that I would never meet him, and so I always had that like in the back of my mind and stuff like that. Um, and I always had to worry about my own health stuff because, you know, my mom was always concerned about, you know, did his heart issues get passed on to me? And I'm sure eventually we'll get into it, but
Yeah.
yeah, during high school, like it did. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let's. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm getting a little misty-eyed. I'm not gonna lie. All right, my
Yeah.
glasses are. I think my glasses are glitching. But in terms of, you said you were told this at the age of 3. And
Right. Yeah.
at that time, it is tough to be cognitive or have a full understanding of what death looks like. What, especially with someone so close to your family, like your father. When did you have a better understanding, and what was that understanding when you realized, okay, well, so I'm not, my dad's not here, my biological dad's not here, and now this new person's coming into my life, my stepdad, and we have this family together, it's great. uh, was there any point where you realized, oh, okay, so I'm just never gonna see this, and life's gonna kind of go at its
Yeah.
course?
It really sucked like when I finally like realized like how lonely I was. I remember like trigger warning for like anyone like suicidal thoughts like self-harm and stuff like that. I remember in like first and second grade, like really little, like like way too little to even think about stuff like that. I remember a few times like I knew that like he would never come, and like the only way to see him was to die and stuff like that. I remember like a few times like I would bring things into my room and I would contemplate at that young age, like of first and second grade. Like I'd be like I want to meet him so bad. Like I'd be bawling my eyes out, but I'd never did anything. But it would always be like in the back of my mind. I would always be like, I just wanted to meet him so damn bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like when it really hit home and stuff like that. And I remember I told my mom about it like a couple of years like later after I thought about that, and she was like, you know, freaking out because like no kid that young should be thinking about stuff like that. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
I never did anything, but you know, it was always like in the back of my mind, like that's like what I would want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah. How did you move forward from that headspace?
I would always hear stories about my dad. I would always hear how happy he made everyone and how good of a guy he was, and like he was just this kick-ass guy. Like, you know, he was the typical like, you know, he went into like fucking heating and air conditioning and stuff like that. So he's just like, you know, working class and stuff like that. You know, come home, drink a couple beers, smoke a cigarette kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I knew that stuff was bad for you, but I was like, you know, everyone always talked about how nice of a guy he was. Like, I've seen like they have like tapes of my dad, and like in school, there's a tape of him, of someone brought a gun to school, and he took it away from them, and like, cause he took it away, and I've seen like the news report of it and everything, and like my dad was just like a good ass guy like overall, and like he always made like a bunch of people smile. He was quiet, but he would make people smile and do anything for everyone. And like, you know, the more I heard about him, the more I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to do what he did. I want to like make people happy. I want to be that guy that everyone remembers, and they're just like, yeah, you know, Dylan was a good ass guy. Like he would do anything for anyone. Like that's what I wanted to be remembered as, and so that's why I never did like anything of myself. And obviously like I didn't want to like break my family's heart or anything like that. Yeah. So because like they've already suffered a loss before, I wouldn't want them to do it again.
Exactly.
So I was just like, you know, move on from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a parent's nightmare. No parent should ever outlive their kid.
Right. Exactly.
That's just it's brutal. And what's really cool though, like you also get to carry that torch of your dad. You get to embody all the awesome things that
right.
You know, you may have never, you know, or you may not be cognitive of meaning or all that jazz, but like to get all these mementos, these memories, and realize like, yo, I get to now embody his legacy. And especially on this platform where you've been so successful, man, that's all power to you. I'm so happy. That's so cool.
No, that's why I'm like super thankful for it every day. Like,
yeah, like
I've like even today, like there are so many times when I'm like driving and going getting my fucking Starbucks, and listening to music, and like I just start thinking about streaming and stuff like that, and I literally cry tears of joy all the time. Like I'm a really emotional guy, like probably more than like, you know, like they always say like guys aren't supposed to cry. I don't give a shit about that. I will cry. I've cried on stream before multiple times.
Same.
Like I've done it. Like I don't care about like what anyone would think, because that's who I am. Like if they don't like it, then bro, move on. Like it's not a big deal. So yeah, I love being able to, you know, carry like the ideals that he had and stuff like that, you know, from stories that I've heard, and I like being able to, you know, make him proud.
Let me ask one more question about that, and then we'll go back to your high school, especially with your health condition. I think that's where we left off there. But if there is something that you could tell your dad, your biological dad, right now, what would you tell him?
Oh man, what would I tell him?
Yeah.
If he was here right now, I would just be, I don't even know if I could tell him anything. I would just say like, you know, I hope that you're like proud of me and stuff like that. And I know he is, but I would just say, I would always be, you know, wanting to hear those words, like, I'm proud of you, because it makes me cry thinking about it. Like, I remember when I hit 100K like 6 or 4 weeks ago or whatever it was, like, I started sobbing. And people thought I was fake crying because I had Celebration on in the background, like, fucking celebrate good time. Like, people were like, is he good? And then, like, they finally realized, they were like, oh shit, like he's actually crying. So it's like, yeah, that's what I would want. I just want to say, like, hope you're proud of me and stuff like that, and I love you. That's what I would do.
Thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
That's a lot. I'm not supposed to cry this early in the show, man. You can't have me crying this early in the show.
You're good.
I got a whole hour and a half still of of questions to ask you, but that's a lot.
Yeah, it's all good.
Let's talk about high school, all right? So you said that this health condition occurred during those years. Why don't you give us the story of that? What happened?
So I joined, like, show choir and stuff like that. So that's, like, singing and dancing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always been getting checked out for my heart and stuff throughout my whole life, and they've always said I'm good. Well, in my freshman sophomore year, I started getting, like, a ton of palpitations, like way more than a normal kid should even feel.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I had multiple occasions of, like, having palpitation after palpitation for like an hour straight. Like, it would just be constant palpitations for like hours straight.
Oh my God.
And so finally they started, like, hooking me up to, like, test machines and stuff like that. And then they caught, a few times where they saw only, like, the bottom chambers of my heart was beating. So, like, my top chambers weren't working. It was just my bottom heart beating. So they were like, oh, that's not good. So they, put me on, like, medication and machine, they put a monitor inside my chest, so, like, it's still there.
Oh wow.
So they did that, and they would just, like, monitor me for the next, like, couple of years. This was like senior year when they did that, maybe. So they did that in senior year, and then yeah, that was it. Because I remember, like, my junior year was, like, when I really started to get, like, socially, like, involved with, like, people and, like, put more time into stuff. And I couldn't really go out and, like, do sporting, like, things or, like, stuff like that, because when I would run or, like, when I would do stuff, like, my heart would start messing up and I'd get, like, super tired and, like, way more tired than I usually would. So that's, like, when it really started to affect me and stuff like that.
And I want to make sure everyone understands the gravity as well as the scene that you've set for us all right? You're literally in your senior year of high school. I don't know how many seniors in high school are here in the chat, but, like, that's supposed to be one of the best years in terms of being in high school. You're done with the SATs, ACTs. You're thinking about colleges. You're kind of coasting. You're king of the campus. You're doing kings and queens in campus, I'm sorry. And you're doing your thing, and you got prom and all that jazz. But literally, you are fighting for your life and trying to figure out what's wrong with my body. What is, this thing that I've had for how many years? Maybe, I think 17 at the time, maybe. And why is it failing me now? So
right.
I guess I need closure on this, Boomer Keys. You can't give me on a cliffhanger on this. Where are you now with that kind of health scare you had a junior year or so of high school?
So after they found that and they put the monitor in me, they monitored me for about a year, and they kept seeing it, happen every so often. And so my freshman year of college, so I went to community.
Nice.
They were like, yeah, we need to put this in you, because they like, there was at one point they were like, hey, we're gonna do this genetic test. It's probably not gonna show anything, because you've been fine structurally forever. Your heartbeat, like, your heart is structurally sound, like, it's fine. We're just gonna do this genetic test and it's not gonna show us anything. Well, that's where it finally showed, where they were like, oh, they're actually, this is where the fuck up is. And so they saw that, and, like, with genetic tests, you get information about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And, like, after they saw, like, all what was on the genetic test, they there's no like specific name that it has, but it has to deal with the gene that has to deal with like the electromagnetic stuff, like with your heart. So like what it's responsible for your beats and stuff like that, as well as like muscular dystrophy. So like muscular dystrophy is like when your like muscles literally like break down on themselves and like eventually like you aren't able to move. Yeah. Like you're like in a wheelchair and stuff like that. So it has to deal with that same exact gene. So after they did that, after they found that out, they were like, okay, well, you're at high risk for a lot of different things, and like the same thing that happened to your dad, we don't think it'll happen, but the possibility is still really high risk. And so they were like, we're gonna go ahead and put a defibrillator inside of you. So yeah, they did that like a month later, and yeah, I have 2 heart implants now. So I have the original monitor that's like right inside like my left breast, like under this pocket, and then I have like a steel cord that runs from here all the way around my heart, and then it connects. Like I can show it on stream. I've showed it before.
Go ahead. Like, yeah, no, do your thing. That's where the incision. Okay.
Yeah. So they stuffed it back there. It's like, it's bigger than my hand, like the actual device.
Yeah.
So like when I sit, I always sit like a little bit like forward, or my left arm like a little bit forward. And shit like that. So yeah, I have a device in me now to where like, if I ever get, like if I ever have a heart attack, like the odds of me surviving are like significantly better.
Yeah, because they can use that device inside you. Yeah. Wow.
Right.
See, here's the thing, Boomer. Like, again, part of the beauty of the show is, and what you've probably seen on this script, there's no specific questions in this segment. We riff. We're literally, and we've never talked about this before. So a lot of the things that I have in my mind that I have as pre-placed topics, I'm going to throw out the window, because I think it's more important for at least for this segment in high school, because I want to really ask you, there's something I want to ask you, all right? In that moment in your life, again, senior year, you're supposed to be on top of the world. Yeah, I think something that's given to those at a young age, those with youth, is this feeling of being invincible. When you're young, I could do whatever I want. I could do everything and anything, and it doesn't matter, and no harm can be done because I'm young and I got the stamina, I got the body, like it will regenerate, whatever it may be.
Right.
But you've had to face mortality at such a young age.
Yeah.
Tell me how that's changed your perception of life, especially at that time in where you were as a senior in high school. Well,
at first, like the doctors had always told me like that there was like nothing wrong and stuff like that, and like I always knew that there had to be something. Like there's no way I'm just gonna get scot-free. Like there's no way. Like there was always like something in the back of my mind that told me like, no, there's definitely something wrong. They just haven't found it. And then eventually they did. I remember at first, as fucked up as it sounds, like I still had like that same kind of like, I want to meet my dad, but I don't want to like, have anything like do anything to myself. So at first I was like, damn, this isn't like I was kind of like, this is kind of like nice. Like, if I did go early, like, I could meet him finally, and I wouldn't have to like, do anything. But over time, like literally like a month later, I was like freaking out. I was like, yeah, never mind. Like life is short already. Like, 70 years, like in reality, 80 years, however long the lifespan is.
Yeah.
Like that's already short. And I was like, if I really have this timer, I'm going to kick ass. I'm not going to like,
oh yeah.
I'm not going to like, be like, oh no, I'm a little sick baby. Like, I'm not going to do that shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to keep like, making people laugh. I'm going to keep like, making everyone happy. Like I remember like around me, like everyone was like feeling so sad for me and stuff like that. And I was just like, it's okay. Like I'm fine. Like I've accepted this and I'll be okay. Like, don't worry about me. Like, I'm just going to keep like, being myself and keep, vibing through life and stuff like that. And I was going to, make people laugh and stuff. Like I remember like there was like one time where one of my friends asked me, they're like, how can you be so happy with like some of the things that like could happen? And I'm just like,
yeah,
if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I can't do anything about it anyways, so live life like it's your last day no matter what, because no one's guaranteed tomorrow. Literally, like you could have a car crash. Like no one's guaranteed tomorrow anyways. It's only that we realize that life is so damn short until we're hit with that. And then we start living every day like it's our last. Yeah. So like for me, it was like an awakening. I was just like, damn, I'm gonna go out and do like a shit ton of stuff. Like I remember I started hanging out with people. We started having like, you know, get-togethers like every weekend and stuff like that. And it was just a kick-ass time. Like my senior year, like even though I got hit with a fucking semi truck, I was like, hell no, bro. Like I'm gonna do some hot girl shit. You know, I'm gonna do some crazy stuff. Yeah, legit. So I took it and I was just like, okay, well, this is me. This is what I have. Oh well. And then I just kept doing stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude. Amen. I love that a lot. Thank you. I'm saying thank you. See, usually I say thank you at the end, but like you've said so many times, like it's just like holy cow, like this guy is way wise and above his years. Like you may be 19, but man, you speaking like you're 60. Like, and I resonate with this. This is beautiful.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think a lot of it's contributed to that, but a lot of it is like I grew up with my grandparents, like both sets, and both sets of my grandparents are still alive, and I visit them a lot. So, like, I always have had like their ideals on life and stuff like that. So, like, especially since you know, old people are close to death. Like, I've taken a lot of like what they've said and like applied it to my life. Like, I was like, you know, the same age as them. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna live life. Like, hell, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know, you just gotta keep, you know, vibing and doing your own thing and having fun.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely an old soul feel is what I'm getting here. Definitely an old soul. Let's take you here. All right, I want to take you to your final weeks in high school. All right. First off, you know, in the final weeks in high school, you're worrying about cap and gown. Usually you'd be worrying about cap and gown and finals and where to go to college. But I guess I have to kind of alter the question for you. Did you walk with your class for graduation, or were you still dealing with your medical stuff, or how did the final weeks of your high school career play out?
Nah, so everything was pretty normal. I went to prom, and like even though like my heart was like palpitating and stuff like that, I still had a kick-ass time. Like I danced like nothing else. I've told my chat this. I went to I almost said TwitchCon because I was thinking about TwitchCon earlier. I went to prom by myself on purpose so that like I could like dance with whoever I wanted and just have a good ass time.
Such a Chad move.
I remember, yeah, legit. Yeah, you know. I went by myself. Like I had like 2 offers to like go with me. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like I'm gonna go have a good ass time and stuff like that. And like my senior prom was like hella fun. It was so cool. It was a really good night. I hung out with friends and had a good time. I remember day of graduation. So the thing is my senior year, I lived with a friend in high school. So like I said, when I was, you know, worried about my parents having to move, they did. Like they moved.
Oh wow.
My junior year. So yeah. Like I had a lot to deal with. It was my high school years were crazy. So I was living with a friend at the time, and so my parents lived 3 hours away. So I remember like the day of graduation, I had to drive 3 hours that morning to go to my high school graduation, and stuff like that. So it was just like I was super hyped. I was like, wow, like this is finally ending. Like this is crazy. This chapter of my life is over. Like it doesn't feel real.
No,
it was wild.
And especially, man, I didn't know you had to move. There's so much going on there. Those 4 years seem so hectic and so, I mean, life-changing. But I bet you this: if I were to ask you, would you ever have it any other way? I don't think you would change.
No, I wouldn't. Like my junior year, my parents had to move halfway through the school year. My grandparents were living in the same town at the time.
Yeah.
And so I just stayed with them, and they promised me that they would have stayed till my senior year. Well, they changed their fucking mind and abandoned that idea, so they moved away. Yeah. And so I was like, well, shit. Now I have to go to a different high school for my senior year. And luckily, my good friend that I still talk to today, and I go and visit, and I will always do everything for him. He allowed me to move in with him, like his mom and dad and all that. They allowed me to move in with them and live with them for my senior year. So, it was really like it was cool that I was able to live with them, but it also really sucked because I got so close with that friend too that I was like, I had to move away and stuff like that, and finally go to a different school, which was community college up by my parents.
So, well, let's take us there. All right. So, you got your diploma, you went down and you did the whole graduation spree, all that jazz. And was it always the mentality of going to a community college? Or, I mean, usually the options post high school is I'm going to take a year off, I'm going to travel, I'm going to work, go community college, or go to 4-year university.
Right.
What made you choose the community college route?
Well, so I always tell my chat this. So I graduated with like a 2.6 or 2.7 GPA. So I wasn't stupid. I was more concerned about playing League of Legends and Minecraft at the time. And so I didn't turn in my homework. I didn't do anything. I didn't take SATs. I didn't take ACTs. I remember taking the PSAT, and I remember I got it done within 5 minutes because I just guessed. I was like, I just want to get out of here. I was more concerned about like, reaching Challenger in League of Legends. I was trying to, climb and stuff like that. I was way concerned about that. So I remember, 2 weeks before my community college was about to begin is when I signed up. Like, wow. I signed up 2 weeks before, like, the classes were about to begin. Yeah. And I had to decide a major. I had to decide, like, a bunch of other stuff because my parents were like, we're not just gonna sit home and, play League and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You're gonna have to do something.
What did you end up majoring in?
So at first I did psychology, because I, like, throughout those, years, I would, obviously people knew of my situation and they knew, like, I was still, like, happy-go-lucky, like, loud, funny guy, right? Yeah. So people who had, like, bad mentals or, like, their mental health was down, like, I would always try and cheer those people up. And everyone always said that I was really good at it. So I was like, okay, I want to go into, like, psychiatry and stuff like that. And if, psychiatry is like a medical degree. Well, a year into college, I was like, yeah, I got reminded of, like, my heart issue because I finally got that second implant. I was like, oh shit, like, if I go to school for this whole time, my parents are going to be stuck with this big ass loan. Yeah. So I was like, okay, like if something ever happened to me, they're going to be stuck with that shit. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I switched over to communications and I was doing that, and stuff like that. So I did psychology for my first year and then I switched to communications for my second year. Or I guess this year would have been. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so you had this conversation recently with your mom about dropping out. Why don't you talk to us about that? Tell us about how that went.
So September 14th was the day that my life changed forever. I was sitting there playing League of Legends on stream for 12 hours into the stream at that point. And all of a sudden, two old fucking people that I hadn't talked to in forever were like, we're gonna raid this little guy with like 8 viewers. And that was Puns, and Bad Boy Halo. And they both decided to raid me that day, for like 6,000 viewers. What? Or something crazy.
And they knew nothing about you. It's just a random raid.
They knew me. They knew me.
How'd they know you?
Because they were friends from they were friends from back in the day on that on the Minecraft servers that I had been a part of.
Yo, okay.
And they just randomly decided to raid me. They were like, yeah, this is an old friend. We know he plays League of Legends. Oh, yeah. He doesn't play Minecraft. He's kind of sick of Minecraft, or he's abandoned the game for a year or two. Yeah. But we're gonna raid him because he's a good guy. So they did that. I remember I immediately clicked off League. I booted up Minecraft, and I started playing Minecraft, and I was like, holy shit, this game's fun, actually. Like, I totally forgot how fun this game is. And then from there, like, I went from, like, 1,200 followers in one night to like 2,400 or something crazy. And then like I slowly just like kept doing Minecraft over time, and by January 1st I had 14,000 followers on January 1st of 2021 or something like that. I hit like 20K by like the end of January. And so I was like super proud of the growth. Like that was insane for me. And, you know, over time, like it kept going more and more. And I was like, okay, like I'm making like, you know, a decent amount of money to where like this makes me want to like not pursue school, because if I start pursuing my streaming career, like I know I can do this. Like money's not like the goal with this, but if I can focus on something that I love, then I would much rather do that than focus on school and focus on that at the same time.
Yeah.
So I remember when I hit, man, what did I hit? I think I just hit like 40,000 followers or 50,000 followers at the time. And like, I remember I emailed my professor. I said, I know there's only 1 week left in this semester and there's only one project left, but I'm done. Like, I have something else.
Gosh. Oh my
like,
gosh.
I was so determined to take the leap. I was like, no, I can do this. Like, it's going to work out. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, if you worry about things too much in life, you're going to stress yourself out more than anything else. So I was like, you know, this is a big leap, but I'm going to do it. And so I did it, and it literally just exploded. It was, it was crazy.
That's sick.
It was wild.
Out of curiosity, I got to ask you, what was the follow-up email from your professor?
She was like, yeah, I kind of knew you were going to do this because I had a project that had to deal with social medias. And so I linked my Twitch because that was like the only social media I had. And so she was like, she saw it blowing up. And so she was like, yeah, I kind of knew you were going to do this. You know what I'm going to say? Like, you should finish this semester out at least. But if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. And so she was just like, she was a really cool professor. She was awesome. The one who made me switch to communications because she was so cool.
Wow.
But she was just like, you're going to do it. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, I know you will. So, yeah.
That's fascinating. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So bring us then to the conversation though. You've told your professor, you really popped off and you started to grow naturally as well on Twitch. When you went forward to your family about it though, how did you present that? Were you nervous prior? Did you what was going through your head prior to the conversation?
Well, my mom, I tell my mom everything. So I was like telling her my follower updates, like how many followers I'd been gaining and stuff like that. And so she knew I was growing. And we share a bank account, so she would like see like, oh, like he's actually like able to like live off this if he really wanted to. So when I went and told her, I was like, if I continue down this path and I put all of my focus into this, I promise you it will work out. And like she knew I was busy. Like she knew like between like streaming, like doing stuff outside of streams and streaming, like as well as school, she knew like my schedule was like chock full, like I was always busy. So when I said, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to school next semester, she's like, okay, like that's fine.
Wow.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really have the conversation with my dad. I just told my mom, and yeah, she probably told him.
Had it relayed, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't going to, because my dad's the one who's like, think logically about it. But
totally.
Yeah, I told her, and she was just like, okay. And then, 3 weeks later, after I dropped out, 3 or 4 weeks later, however long it was, I randomly uploaded a TikTok of me just fucking twerking as a Minecraft character, screaming at the top of my lungs, and like it blew up from there. And then like a couple weeks later, or like literally like 2 days after it blows up, I go from 60,000 followers to 100,000, and then I go from 100,000 to 200,000 within the span of like 6 days or something like that. And then now we're already at like 260K, like like 6 days later or whatever it's been really short. So
Jesus.
yeah, it's been crazy. It's been wild.
Mm-hmm. That's such
But my family, like, they really support me on it now. Like they're like all behind me. Like they've kind of abandoned the idea of school. Like they're not really concerned about me going back because they know it's like this is what I was supposed to do now, and like they know that I'm good at it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, live in the bit, as Jerry Seinfeld would say. Like if it's working, you know, continue to do it, but also expand on that idea.
Right.
Band that. That's awesome. That's so cool. I love that a ton. Let me let's go into this third segment here of your life story. Let's talk about work. All right. Let's talk about that work. And I will include Twitch into this, but it will be the very last one we talk about in the terms of your resume. Now, how we do this segment here is I'll ask you, Boomer, how many jobs in total have you had? And when I'm saying jobs, I mean ones that you would put on your resume. So if you were to have a resume today and you were applying for a future job, how many jobs would you be having on that resume?
With or without counting Twitch?
I'll count Twitch on it, but let's do without Twitch. 2 without Twitch or with Twitch?
2 with Twitch.
Perfect. All right. So let's start off with the first one. How old were you and what were you doing?
I was 16.
Yeah.
And I worked at this cafe, and it was a cafe that was like 20 miles away from my house, and I only chose that specific cafe because I had a crush on the girl at the time that like worked there, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go work here and impress her.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it was a really stupid idea because I only survived like a month there.
Okay. First off,
yeah.
Did you even know she was single?
That doesn't matter.
What? What? What do you mean?
I mean that didn't matter at the time.
Boom over here subscribing to the belief that just because there's a goalie, it doesn't mean you can't score, is what I'm hearing here. Right? This is such a Chad. What a Chad move.
I mean, shit happens, you know?
Fair play. So this cafe then, all right, you said you lasted there for how long?
For like a month, maybe a month and a week.
A month and a week. And what did they have you doing there?
They literally, so the problem that I had with it was I was a waiter, but then we were so short on staff that they would make me do, like, they would have me go back and be the busboy and do the dishes at the same time, as well as work, like, the upfront counter. So, like, there was, like, a shopping area as well, so I would go from, like, you know, waiting on someone's table to immediately going and washing, like, multiple dishes, and then, like, I'd hear the fucking bell, like, dinging at the front counter, because, like, people are like, hey, oh, we got shit that we want to buy. And I would be like, oh, my bad. All right. So I would like get out of the kitchen, and then I would go up to the front counter, ring them out. And then like, you know, I'd have to go check on my tables again. And then the dishes would just stack high up. And there was just so much to do. And I couldn't drive at the time. So my mom would have to drive me back and forth. And she was pissed that it was like 20 miles away. She was angry about that. And,
fair play. That's
eventually, like, they just started scheduling me for weird hours, and like, I'd be like, I can't work these hours, and they were like, okay, so here's what we'll do for you. We'll schedule you every single week at the same time every single week. We won't change it. So that lasted a week because the following week, I remember Saturday rolled around. I didn't work Saturdays. I remember I got a call Saturday morning. Like, I'm not even awake. Like, it wakes me up as, like, a fucking alarm clock. And it's, like, my phone alarm, or, like, my phone call going off. I was like, hello? And they were like, where are you? I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, you're scheduled for today. I'm like, the hell I am. I'm not scheduled for Saturdays.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, you are today, so get your ass down here. I was like, okay, bet. So I told my mom, I got up and I go, hey, apparently I have work. I didn't know that. Sorry. And then so my mom drives me down there. My mom leaves, starts driving away. I go into the office because they called me back, and they were like, why didn't you show up today? I was like, because you don't schedule me for Saturdays. Like, what happened? And they were like, oh yeah, I forgot. And I was like,
wow,
really? You forgot? I was like, damn. Well, I forgot to tell you, I'm quitting without a 2-week notice. And then I left. And then I had my mom come pick me up because I was stranded on the side of the road because she left already. So, yeah.
Holy cow.
I quit without a 2-week notice. They were pissed.
I bet, because then they're also
Yeah.
down a person. They got to figure something. Jesus.
Yep. Yeah, no, I
Boomer.
was not about it.
Savage NA now, dude. That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
You have to give us though an update. What happened to the girl?
Well, okay. Okay, so basically, like a week after I stopped working there, she texted me. She was like, "Thank God you quit. You kind of sucked at this place anyways."
What?
Yeah, she was like, "I love you as a person, but I hated working with you." She was like, "You were so bad at this job." So I was like, I was chilling. I was okay with it. I was
You were
like,
good. You were good.
yeah, I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I hated working there anyways, so
Yeah.
screw you. So
You still still friends with her
just
today,
dipped
or
out.
what's going on? Just lost.
Yeah, no, she lives in that she lives like 3 hours away, and no, she's really cool. She was a good friend to me like throughout my senior year of high school.
Mm-hmm. Wow, holy cow! Again, this is just a roller coaster ride of emotions right now.
Yeah, no, my life
show.
is it's crazy.
Is insane. This is insane, but I love it. That's really cool. So then now going forward, now we've kind of established this point where it's like you're going with Twitch full time. All right, you're taking it by the reins, and you're kind of moving forward with it. Yeah, a lot of the easy questions would be like, how do we grow as a small streamer, yada yada yada. But I've noticed this with a lot of partnered streamers specifically, and I wanna pick your brain with it a little bit. A lot of newly partnered streamers, all right, again, keyword in that is newly partnered streamers, have a fear that once I think many individuals, including myself, put that check mark on a pedestal, and once it's received, there's a hard fall off of, some can say effort, some can say, people just kind of they're like, what? Well, now it's done. Like, now I do whatever we want. Can you give us a little bit of a behind the scenes in terms of being a full-time content creator, especially one that's partnered here on Twitch? Can you tell us what you go through in terms of preparation, what you do in terms of long-term planning, or maybe you don't do any of that, and how do you operate as a content creator?
So for me, like, when I got partnered, I had maybe like 9,000 followers or something like that. And as soon as I like got partnered, I was like, okay, time to go sicko mode even more. Like, I was like ready to like keep grinding like super hard, because I knew that like I could make it like big, as they say. Like, I knew I could grow like even a ton more than I was at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was determined to eventually go full time. Like, my goal for 2021 was to go full time.
Hell yeah.
And I did that within the first month or whatever it was, or month and a half. So when I got partnered, I was like, okay, I'm gonna grind even harder. Well, I know you get into it later, but at the time, I was in a relationship, and I abandoned that relationship to pursue streaming even more. Like, I wanted to like put all my eggs in that basket and like just go for it, because I knew that I could do it, like go full time.
Yeah.
And it was something that I was like super determined on. But yeah, like as a partner, and like, as this being my full-time job, I was like I didn't treat it as a job. I treated it, right as I did day one. I'm just having fun. I'm playing games. If people support me, people support me. If they don't, they don't. It's not a big deal. For me, my tips are always turn your viewer count off. Even to this day, I have my viewer count off. I don't give a ball sack about it. Like, literally, like, people will be like, oh my gosh, you have 10K viewers right now. I'll be like, okay, I didn't know that. I didn't need to know that. Like, that's cool. Like, I love having that many people watch. That's amazing. Like I'm not, what's it called? What's the word for that? Ungrateful. I'm so grateful for my community. But if you focus on numbers too much, you're gonna drive yourself insane, and it's gonna start to feel like a chore. And like, when your numbers dip down, you're gonna get demotivated, because no one wants to see any of that shit go down. So just don't look at it at all, and you'll be fine. Legitimately, that's always what I do.
Nice.
Like, I always just don't look at numbers. I don't get fixated on numbers because, number one, that's not what I do it for anyways. And number two, like, it's just going to demotivate you because it's going to be like, you know, you see your numbers go down one day and you're going to be like, the hell, what did I do wrong? I did the same thing as yesterday. Nothing's different.
True.
And then you're just like, well, I guess I'm falling off. And then you know, they get demotivated. Some people are like, okay, what can I do different? And stuff like that. But sometimes it's not anything that you did, and it's not anything that you didn't do. It's just how Twitch is. It's just how live streaming is. Some days people are busy and some days people aren't. People are watching different streamers some days because something important might be going on.
Yep.
It's just how it is, and that's what I would recommend for anyone starting out or anyone that's a partner. Turn your shit off. Like, do what you love and have fun with it. It's a job, but it's not a job. Like, that's the best way to describe it. Is like, it's something you should still continue to put a lot of effort into, like, no matter how big or small.
I like that. You know, again, going off of the analogy that many people believe that becoming partners in endgame, you know, is such a huge goal.
Nah.
I want to ask you though, you know, now that you've achieved this thing, now that you've achieved even your goal of being a full-time streamer within 2021, what does the future look like for you, Boomer? What does the future of your channel, of your content, of who you are here online look like for you?
1 million followers this year.
That's the
I think
goal.
it's gonna happen. That's the goal so far. And I'm hoping, you know, I'm gonna keep grinding as much as I do. I'm hoping maybe 1 million by the end of summer. Like I'm putting in a shit ton of work. Like I got some big things coming. People aren't gonna expect what's coming.
I like it. I'm excited, Boomer. I'm excited. Nice. Well, let's lean into the final part of life stories. All right. Which is the romantic history section here. All right.
It's not that interesting.
Why are you laughing so hard? Why are you laughing so hard?
It's not that interesting. I'll tell you that.
Well, all right. Well, here's the thing. All right. Like I said, I've scheduled bathroom breaks for myself. Do you need to use the restroom at all? Do you need any water?
Yeah, I could go take a piss.
All right, go ahead. You take a piss first. I'll hang out here and then we'll switch places afterwards.
All right.
Holy cow. Man, guys. Man, Boomer's just... Oh, my goodness. He's hit me in the gut. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. He's hit me in the gut. He's hit me where it hurts. I've already cried twice. Like teared up twice. I think I see it now. I think I see why you guys say this is your streamer. Why this is your pisser. This is why he's a special individual, man. He's got such an awesome story, and I'm really honored that he's sharing that with you all. It's no love life. Leave him. Hey. It's not just about past love lives, all right? We're talking about it, love in general. But I do have a question, guys, all right? Do me a favor. I want to take a little straw poll from you all. Did you guys learn so far? We haven't even finished the show, but so far, have you guys learned something new about Mr. BoomerNA? Give me a 1. Give me a 1. That's all you have to do. I'll make it easier. And 2 for no. 2 of you knew all of this. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we do what we do here. Dang it. Nice. I'm jazzed up, dude. I'm jazzed up. It's so dope. It's so dope learning about his life in this way, in this lens. Because like you guys, I see him on stream and I'm watching him and I'm like, oh, wow, there's so much more. There's so much more that I had no idea. Here he is. All right. You good?
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm going to use the restroom with moderate speed. All right. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. You're good. What up, pissers? Did I wash my hands? Hell no. Kidding me? Gotta get that corn dog's already clean, buddy. That corn dog be clean. Hey, what do you guys think so far, dude? What do you guys think? Am I interesting? Am I more interesting? Did you learn something new? Boomer, I cried? Fuck you. Alright, my bad, guys. We love you, Chad. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love you guys too. I guess, dude. Our little iPad kid. Yeah, guys, let me get my little peanut butter fingers on my iPad and put a little heart emoji. You smell like shit! Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, what up, Brewman? What up, big dog? Cocomelon! You guys a fan of Cocomelon, bro? You smell like beef? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. You smell like beef. I'm wearing your beanie? Yo, Costado, that's sick, dude. That is sick, homie. Okay, I'm not your little tampon. Saving to get the merch? Yo, Hannah sucks. That's sick. Hey, you will love it, homie. You will love it. This t-shirt, super comfy. Actually, one of my favorite t-shirts. And I don't wear pocket tees that often, but it's one of my favorites. I can sell that. So hyped for the bucket hat. Dude, it's coming soon. Guys, Lynn is working on the emotes. Soon. They will... Merch is coming. Big things, big things. Big things. Love your nails, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what other colors I want to do. I really like black. Like I probably will always just resort to black, but I would do like lime green for like frogs or something. I think that would be cool. I'd be down for that. Nail check. I think they're pretty good still. They're pretty good. They're not bad. What's wrong with this finger though? Is it chipped? Oh no, I just didn't get polished right there. Alright, whatever. Shirt changes colors? I don't think so. Lime green and white? That would be cool. That kind of like reminds me of like the frog. That would be cool. You say we stink, but you don't wash your hands. No. Why'd you choose frogs as your symbol? Because in the summertime where I live right now, frogs, I guess they're toads, but I always call them frogs. They fall down into the window right next to me, and they constantly hit the window because they're stupid and they can't comprehend that that's glass, and so they constantly bump into it in the summertime. So that's why it became like a meme like a couple of years ago, because like I'd be sleeping at night and it'll happen this summer. I'll take a video in the middle of the night when they wake me up. In the middle of the night, you can hear them banging on my window like it's a whole ass rock about to break through. These fucking toads are massive. Like some of them are huge. And they just constantly jump into my window because they can't comprehend that there's glass. So that's why frogs became my thing. So are we frogs to you? Hell no, bro. I don't want you guys to be my kids. Someone was like, you should make your subs your frogs, but I'm a frog. So like I don't want you guys to be my kids. That'd be weird. And you guys smell like dog shit.
Out of what? I'm in my restroom, just listening to this madness. I also had to clean something, but then I closed the window. I just hear you talking to them about dog shit. What?
Well, they smell like dog shit, like, you know, the viewers.
Okay. Fair. Actually,
fair
play.
True.
Fair play. That's it. Why am I can't defend this.
Amen.
Boomer, we're going to the last part of this life story here. We're going to talk about romantic relationships, all right?
Okay.
So, similar to work history, I'm going to ask you for the full-length relationship. I'm talking about people that had the official stamp as BoomerNA's significant other, all right? Not someone you're texting on the side, not someone you had a crush on, whatever. I'm talking about how many individuals had the official tag as someone who had your heart at the time?
One.
One. All
I
right.
had a lot of crushes and stuff throughout the years, but I mean, I was always like the guy that was friends with everybody, and like everyone always viewed me as a friend. So like, I never like, tried to pursue anything just because I was friends with everyone. I didn't want to ruin anything.
Oh,
So yeah.
So let's talk about that one again. Similar to the work history. How old were you, and how'd you guys meet?
19. So my age now. And we met on the internet.
On the internet.
Yeah, we met through playing Among Us. We were playing Among Us, and from there we just like kind of talked a little bit more, and then we found out that we like lived close by each other.
Mm-hmm. Kinda sussy right there. All right, so
Yeah, the sussy imposter.
Clearly, you're venting right now. You're venting. So
I'm venting.
What is it? And is this relationship still going on right now? Like
No,
okay.
no, it's not. It
didn't work out. So how long did it last, if I may ask?
3 months.
3 months.
Maybe?
Okay.
Yeah. So not that long.
Well, I mean, it's very valid though. Still, you went
Right,
through the
yeah,
motions. I don't ever want
Right.
to downplay your experiences there.
Right.
So, in that 3 months, let's start off with the good. All right. So you're telling me what caused the relationship to even start, or what you were even enamored with, was the commonalities, the things you guys had in common, the things that
Right, yeah.
common interests, essentially. Nice. So I guess kind of within the 3 months, where did you guys see that it wasn't kind of clicking the same way as it did at the beginning?
So at the beginning, I was a really, really small streamer. And everyone, I keep looking at chat. Everyone keeps saying Edair, but like we lived like an hour away from each other, so we would go and see each other very, very often. So it was just like a long distance kind of thing. What's it called? So at the beginning, like it was really good, like everything was fine. What happened was I was really small, like streaming at the time, and she knew I was a streamer, and she enjoyed watching and all that kind of stuff. But I started growing more and more, and like I knew that if I put all my eggs in this streaming basket, that I can focus on it. Because when I would go and visit, I would go for 3 days at a time. Like I would stay the night, right? So that's 3 days off streaming.
Yeah.
And for me, that's big because I stream every single day. And so, like when I would go, like I'd have to take a lot of time off streaming and stuff like that. So, it was in this last December at the beginning, that I was like, listen, like, I have been like super thankful for all the time that we've had and stuff like that, but this streaming thing is something that I've wanted my whole life, and now that I have the opportunity to even go for it,
Wow.
I want to take that leap. And like I did.
Wow.
And yeah, like it sucked, but I was just like, I need to take this leap. Like I need to go do this. And I was like, it might not work out, but for me, it's worth a shot to try, and it's worth a shot to go for my goal. And it worked out. Like I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah. How did the person take it? This conversation?
They knew that like I was so about streaming. They supported me through a lot of it. I was dealing with the stress of school at the time, and balancing like a lot of health issues and things of that nature. So I mean, they knew that if I did have a limited time on Earth and stuff like that, more than anyone else, that I was determined to go for my goals and stuff like that. So they were obviously sad about it, but they understood, and they encouraged me, and they were really, really kind about it. And yeah, they were really nice. They were really good to me.
Yeah, that's great. I like that. So let me take you in the present though now, Boomer. All right. So
Okay.
you've established yourself on this platform, albeit there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm sure you have a lot of ideas and aspirations and goals with this journey and where it can take you. But where are you now in your life with romance? Are you open to the idea? Are you looking? Is it Why are you laughing? What's this? What's the grin?
I'll check Discord.
Check. Wait. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do it in the secret Discord. I gotta open a tab. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have secrets. We're having secrets. One moment. Oh, geez, Louise, guys, I can't actually check Discord. I'll be honest with you. Can you send me on a Twitch on a whisper? That's a weird request.
I don't have those enabled.
I literally have to change my screens in order to check this thing, and I can't.
Oh my gosh, are you for real?
I'm dead ass, dude. I can't even, because the thing is, I got two-factor authentication. You're killing me.
Okay. Okay. Check Discord or Twitter.
Twitter. Oh, perfect. Good idea. You got it. All right, buddy boy. Oh man. Yeah, listen here, Boomer. All right. Okay, let me actually exit out that tab so there's no mistakes. All I'm saying is, Boomer, when I say that I work for the guest, you know I'm a man of my word. All right. You know I'm a man of my word, and I will carry on. All right. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this then, okay? If we can't, you and I are gonna be sussy together. You and I are the imposters right now.
Okay, yeah.
In terms of your romantic life, like what? It's gonna sound weird. Like, what's your type? It's not like what's your type, but like, what are you attracted to? Like, what is your ideal individual when looking for a significant other?
For me, it's like looking for someone that supports you no matter what. Like the same way that I support people, no matter who they are. Like I want the same thing in return. I want someone to also, understand that I am, while I do rely on people, I'm an extrovert and stuff like that, and I love interacting with people.
Mm-hmm.
There are also times where like, I do want to be by myself, and I want that like alone time and stuff like that. Like I don't want, it constantly there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the perfect balance. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So it's a little bit of both. You have that affection, that love, but you also need a little bit of your alone time, your independence, as you may. It's
right.
It's important for I think a couple to, while they have that union and that bond to be best friends, and then more. There also needs to be that independence of identity, where it's like, well, if you're away from me, A, you could be trusted, but B, you have your own life. You have your own passions, you have your own things, and that's totally fine. Not everybody has to be tied to the hip saying we're doing exactly the same thing, we're mimicking each other. So it sounds like from there, like, while the precipice is important in terms of love and caring and candor and honesty, it's also important to know that, hey, you're also free to do your own thing. Like it doesn't have to be an us thing all the time. It can be you. Like, be a little bit selfish, if you may.
Right.
You still thinking about it, are you? You still thinking about the last?
I keep looking at chat. Okay, here's what I'll do.
They're freaking out.
Here's what I'll do.
What will you do?
I am not single, but I won't reveal who it is. That's all they're getting. That's all they're getting right now. You got exclusive content.
We got a hot take, ladies and gentlemen. We got a hot take. He said it himself first, all right? I didn't. Hey, again,
he didn't pressure me.
I've never pressured him. I even moved on. I gave you an out, Boomer. I was just gonna move on with the show, but you brought it back in, all right? You brought it back in. You're gonna get it. That we were just continuing on with life. You see how smooth that was? But then here you are, reeling them back in, taking them by the chat and reeling them back in. This is ridiculous, my man. All right, that's fair play. I will respect that too. That you want to keep that side of you private. That's awesome though. Right. But at least that he trusted. I'm looking at you all in the chat. He trusted you all enough and loves you all enough to say, "Hey, calm down on acting up. All right, I'm a little bit taken myself. All right, good stuff, Boomer. I appreciate that. I'm happy for you too. That's really awesome. I hope that currently you're feeling fulfilled and you're able to find that balance like we talked about a little bit before.
Oh, I have. Trust me.
Okay, buddy.
It's all good. It's good.
What does that mean?
It's good.
Hey, don't worry about us.
Life is good. Life is good, baby.
This is the best timeline. This is the best. It sounds like this is.
My life really do be a movie. I swear on it.
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff. There's a
Oh,
lot of
man.
stuff. But Boomer, here's the thing. All right, I appreciate dearly everything you've shared tonight. That's insane. Like it,
Hey, no
I
problem.
you. Again, we've done this 74 times. I think I've only cried twice, and you're the second time. And no, like it's some
Hey,
good
it's all
stuff.
good.
You
That
were
means I know I struck a chord somewhere, and
You
that's
did.
that's awesome.
And I'll explain to you at the end of the show why, but I don't do it now because right now it's all about you. The attention's on
Right.
you, everything's on you. So what we're doing here now is we're going to the third segment of the evening, which is the community questions, all right? Throughout the whole course of the show, maybe even some before, people that were viewing here have been dropping in questions, comments, all that jazz for you to answer, all right? There's a couple rules to this segment, and all of them benefit you. One, you don't have to answer the question, all right? If you don't want to, just tell me pass, and there's tons and tons more to ask. If it's a reaction thing, it's a reaction thing. You know, have your take. You could say whatever you want. But yeah, that's pretty much literally that's about it. It's everything that gives you the control for this segment. I will say this is an unprecedented amount of questions or comments, so I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm gonna put a timer on the clock here, just so I don't mess up. All right. So I'll give you. Let's see here. What time's that? I'll give it a hard 15 minutes of straight questions here. All right. And then
Okay.
after that 15 minutes, we'll move on to the last segment of the show. All right. I'm still literally the only reason I'm still talking is because I'm still scrolling to the top of the. Oh, there it is. Wow.
Oh, I'm
Holy
sure.
cow. This is
I'm
insane.
sure there's a lot.
It's just a ridiculous amount. All right, let's start us off here. First question: what's your heritage?
Oh, I'm my is that like my race or like what is? I
Yeah,
don't
let's go with
understand.
race culture.
I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
No.
Okay, so I'm German and Norwegian. Like those are like the main two.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So yeah.
Current song that scratches the itch in your brain.
Dropout by Break-Ins.
Well done. Well done. Does the fast amount of growth recently kind of scare you?
No, and it pushes me to do even better because like I know that I can reach a bigger audience, and the bigger my audience, the more people that I can make like happy and like make their days even more. Because I believe that like content creators, like while you shouldn't like praise them and like always like rely on them solely, I think that I want to be like someone that you can use as a crutch to get to the place that you can be your happiest at, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about streaming?
The community, interacting with everyone. I check indirects, I check Twitter messages, I check a lot of different things, and that's my favorite part.
What's your favorite type of dono message to receive or that you've received?
My favorite dono messages are like when people come out, like they reveal like that they're bi or that they're non-binary, and stuff like that. It's like the fact that they feel comfortable enough to not only tell it to me but tell it to thousands of people is insane. And like yeah, that means that like my community is like super open and welcoming, and I love that.
Boomer's favorite color and least favorite color?
My favorite color, probably like light blue. Like, not to be like egotistical, but I like my eye color. And then my least favorite color is probably like green or something, or not green. Like a really like dark green, like if that makes sense.
Forest green? Are we talking?
Yeah, I'm
Or
colorblind, so it's like hard
Oh.
for me to. Yeah.
Okay, fair play. Yeah. Okay, I have no idea what this means, so correct me. How is BoomerNA doing?
Oh, they said I was built like a minion, like an iPad kid. So yeah. They said I was as short as a minion.
Okay. Okay.
I'm good.
MILFs or DILFs? What?
Okay, no, move on.
Jeez Louise. Why are they asking this?
They're weird.
Hey, my little sussy iPad kid. Do you prefer? Gosh, why did they make me? Do you prefer your screen name or your real name?
I'm fine with either. Like, I'll respond. Like, if someone IRL called me Boomer, I would respond. Like, I've had, like, some of my friends, like, real-life friends that, like, talk to me online, too. Like, I've had them call me Boomer IRL, and I respond. It's whatever people feel like calling me. Like, if they're comfortable calling me Dylan, then that's fine.
Okay. Puns or pandas?
Oh, shit. They're both the homies. I'd have to go with puns. I talk to puns a lot more.
Puns. All right. Biggest fear with streaming?
Like falling off for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't think it'll ever happen. I mean, that's a you know, knock on wood. But like, you know, it's just like it's a scary thought because like, you know, I built up so much and it would suck to like lose it.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a volatile market, you know. You never know what's happening, but definitely you
exactly
keep being original and yourself and what the people want to see, and you know, hopefully, is your persona a frog, Boomer?
I'm not a furry, but I mean, I would say I'm a frog.
Okay, all right. Are there any content creators you want to work with in the future?
Probably Wackety, because I feel like our loudness goes like really well together. Like we would do some funny shit.
Okay. Who is your favorite streamer currently?
My favorite streamer, are they live? My favorite streamer currently, probably Hannah XX Rose, just because like she's a really big inspiration. Like she gets shit on for no reason, like at all, on TikTok and like a bunch of other places, just because she's a girl and like she's better at Minecraft than like a bunch of other people. And like the fact that she continues to stream and like go on every single day, that shit's awesome. Like I respect her a lot.
That's awesome. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Truth.
Yeah.
You passed the vibe check for that one, honestly. When was the moment you knew you made it?
When I dropped out. Like that's the moment I knew. Like I didn't care if I grew anymore. Like if I was stuck at that, I would have been fine. I would have been perfectly okay with it. That's when I knew like I made it. Because when you're able to like drop everything else and like just focus on streaming, that's the best.
Hey Boomer, I was wondering, what are your comfort movies?
Home Alone.
Really? The first one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the first one.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a good ass movie.
Let's see what's going on here. I'm doing my best to graze this many. All right,
I'm sure.
I can't keep asking Milford Div questions, my man. All right, I gotta come up with it.
Yeah, you gotta get some new shit.
A lot of dumpy ones too.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They're not even questions. They're demands. Show us the dumpy. I was like, all right, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. They're a little weird like that.
No, I love it. If you had chosen to not be a streamer, where do you think you would be right now?
I wouldn't be as happy, that's for damn sure. I'd probably be focusing on school and playing League of Legends still, and being miserable because that game sucks.
Would you try to go like into the esports?
Yeah, I was trying to before because I was top 500, so I was trying to like get better and better.
It says here, why does BoomerNA and Puns have a brotherly relationship?
Because we've known each other for years, and he's like the homie.
Is there any moment that, like, aside from outside of Twitch or outside of like the raid stuff, was there a moment between you and Puns that really solidified that relationship?
Well, we were really good friends back in the day, and we would play games all the time together because we were, you know, just two friends.
Yeah.
But I drifted away from the Minecraft community because I played so much League, and I didn't focus and play on Minecraft for a while, so I lost contact with a lot of them. But I remember after Puns raided me, I hadn't talked to him forever, and I remember I sat down in a call with him, and we just caught up on life, and it was just like, yeah, like, we're still like really good friends. Like we're still homies, even though like you could lose contact with someone. You can always like rekindle that, and it would always be good.
It's true. I love that. If you could start all over again, Boomer, is there anything you would have done differently?
Hell no. Hell no. I came from really humble beginnings. Like, even when I was streaming League of Legends, I would literally go to bed at 7 o'clock at night after doing, like, college work and stuff like that. And I would wake up at 3 a.m. intentionally to stream to the European crowd because I would get more viewers. I'd get, like, 20 viewers, and I'd stream for 16 hours. Like, I would do a lot. And even though that was a lot of grinding, I wouldn't change it at all, because if I wouldn't have been doing it, then I would have never got a raid, and I never would have got the shot that I needed to, you know, go for stuff.
Yeah. What's your favorite snack?
Granola bars.
What's the hardest decision you've had to make?
Probably like deciding on whether or not I wanted to like move away from my family for like my senior year. Like, did I want to live away from them and not really be able to visit them that often? Because, you know, in high school, like, you're not really prepared to move out or anything like that, or at least most people aren't. So it was like, damn, I'm really gonna be living away from like my parents and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was hard to decide.
Do you have piercings? If not, would you ever?
Yeah, I've thought about getting a ear piercing. I think that'd be cool.
Okay, that.
I'm sure you're getting some more weird ones.
I can't read. Well, it's just well, some of them are actually. There's a bit. Here's the thing, Moomin. There's a bit where even people that have been to this show before, they love trying to either make me laugh while I'm talking to the guest, or they like to send anonymous questions where they talk about me sensually, if you catch my drift. And so I try my best to like not read them too much and then smile or give them any fodder, because the second they see you react, they're gonna keep doing it, dude. They're gonna love it. It's just too much.
For sure.
Yeah. Answered that. I'm just keeping going. Have either of you tried matcha? I had a matcha lemonade for Starbucks today. That's a very specific one. As I keep scrolling up. Okay, here's a nice one. Is it hard to have a dating life while being a content creator?
A what?
A content creator.
No. Like, what was the question? Like, I didn't hear.
Oh, is it hard to have a dating life while being a content creator?
I think it really depends on like the relationship and stuff like that, and like between the two people. Like for me specifically, not really. Because we both like respect boundaries and stuff like that, and we understand that people get busy. But I'm sure for a lot of content creators, it can be hard, just because, you know, like with content creation, like you're always busy. Like, you know, you're always checking social media. You're always worried about like a bunch of different things. So, it can be hard at times for sure.
What would you tell your younger self?
Don't be as sad. Like, be happier. Cause I didn't really get to be truly happy until, you know, my later in life.
What's your favorite early 2000s show?
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Really? But how did you feel about the Sweet Life on Deck?
I was okay with it, but I really liked Sweet Life of Zach and Cody because when I was little, I had really long hair like them, and I thought I was them. So yeah. Now I don't really have that much hair.
Nice. Okay. Have you given a hair reveal?
Oh yeah. They made fun of me the other day. They called me Bob Duncan, if you know who that is.
No, why? Why are they calling you bald in that regard?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that now it makes sense why someone said you're on that Jack Manifold type beat. Someone put that there.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Exactly.
Fellow bald. What is it? What is Boomer's favorite Coco Melon episode?
Skip that shit. Oh my goodness. It's not real. It's an iPad kid. No, skip that shit.
The saddest thing is I know, because I used to babysit, so I know what Coco
Oh,
Melon is.
you know what it is.
So that's why I'm
yeah.
just like, I knew I was reading a trap, but I needed to do it. I needed to. I'm farming, man. I'm playing. This is basically Stardew Valley at this point. All right.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
farming. Let me see here. I'm just keep going. What the heck was that? Oh my god. Did anyone feel that? Oh,
No.
I think there's like an earthquake going on. I swear my ass, something dropped.
Your camera almost looked like it was shaking.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was
Maybe like
wild.
a tiny bit.
Jeez, it's the Coco Melon jokes, dude. It's all
It's
those
the Coco Melon.
Yeah,
They're
it really
coming
got
for
me.
you.
Okay, what's best part of your community?
How supportive they are. Yeah, for sure. I saw that earlier in the stream. But
Mhm.
they are very supportive and they always hype each other up, which is something I really like.
This one's kind of a little bit deeper. It says, I'm looking for motivation. What motivates you to work hard?
The fact that tomorrow can always be better. Like, you know, every day can suck ass. But the possibilities of tomorrow being like better is always there. Cause like I always say this, like life is so sacred, like more than people realize. Like the possibility of you being born like is impossible. Like, you know, in terms of like biology and stuff like that. Like it's literally like the odds aren't in your favor at all. But the fact that you're here is like you're here. And so like you can always make tomorrow like a better day. Even if tomorrow's dog shit too, like the possibility of the next day being better is always there. Legit, no matter how bad it gets.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Any advice for people who move schools a lot?
I mean, honestly, it's okay to get attached to people. Like for me, like I didn't get attached to a lot of people until, you know, my my later years, but it's okay to get attached to people. It's okay to open up. It's scary because, you know, the possibility of you moving again is there, but it's important for you to grow as a person, and you can always like it's like people like it's going to hurt like when you move if you do, but just know that like you're going to grow as a person. You might not realize it then, but you will grow from it, and like it'll help you later in life a lot.
I'll read you two more here, all right? I'll read you two more.
Okay.
The first one is another question. How do you stay motivated to continue streaming even with the hate? I know we talked about it a little bit.
I just laugh at the hate. I think it's funny as hell. Like, the only hate comments I really get is loud doesn't equal funny, which, I mean, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. So, like, it doesn't really, like, take me down at all because, like, yeah, there's hate, but there's, like, 10 times the amount of love that there is hate. So it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal to me. I just laugh it off anyways.
Let me though spin that mentality though, Boomer. How about those people that maybe it does get to them? You know, what about those individuals that do, you know, it does, you know, hit a little bit closer home, and maybe they don't have as stable of a community, and so they really have to face those haters, whether that be in the chat or in the comment section of their socials, full on.
Well, if people are constantly hating on someone, like even if they've never done anything to deserve that hate, just know that like the people that are sending hate are the people whose lives are already miserable and like they're just trying to take it out on someone else. I've seen so many streamers before call out someone in chat who is hating on them. They'll Discord call them, and 99% of the time, the people that are hating on someone, their lives are miserable. Like they're literally trying to vent it off on someone else and bring you down because it brings them up or brings them a small amount of joy. But just know that, like, even if 90% of your comments are hate and 10% of them are love, focus on that love because those people are being genuine and they're not saying that just to say that. They're saying that because they mean it. The fact that someone takes their time out of their day to leave you a nice comment, to be there for you or say something that could bring you up, that means that means 10 times more than some stupid hate comment that person's going to forget that they even posted about in a week. Because someone who leaves love, they care about you. They're going to remember that years from now. They're going to remember you as a content creator. Someone that leaves you hate is going to forget about you in a week. So who cares?
Well done. I love that. Well put. Well put. Here's the last one. Not even a question, just a statement and a little bit about themselves. They kept this totally anonymous, so I think this is more of a reaction bit. It reads, I relate towards Boomer so much. I lost my mom at a very young age and sadly did the exact same things. It's really hard losing a parent at a young age, and you talking about it made me feel better, knowing I'm not alone. This stream has meant a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Moms and Boomer, you're both amazing.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Yeah. Love that a ton. Love that a ton. And that's directly from your community right there.
Yeah. I know what they've gone through, man. That shit sucks. It does. But hey, kick tomorrow's ass, big dog. You got this shit. Hey, you got this shit in the bag.
Amen. I'm gonna do my best later tonight to sift through all these ones, and any ones that are similar to that, those words of affirmation. I'm gonna try to compile them and send them to you your way on Discord. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't want their words to be wasted. I don't want your community's efforts in trying to share a little bit about themselves to just fall flat. So I'll do my best to do that, whether it be tonight or I'll even save them for this week. But for sure, I'll send them your way. That being said, Boomer, all right, that's everything. That's the show. Like literally, you went.
Hey, good shit.
You've gone through the ringer with me. All right, you hung out. You went toe to toe with the old man, and you shared.
Yeah, dude.
You left it all on the table. You left it all in the ring, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Here's the thing, though. All right, much like anything in life, nothing's free, and there's two things I gotta ask for you. All right, there's only two things. The first one here is you have the stream up. All right.
Yeah.
You have the stream up. I want you to choose a name, any name that's there. That isn't myself, a mod, or a VIP. All right, it's a good thing, so don't worry. And you know, no sweat. Just I need it from you. All right. Oh boy. Name. I think I spelled. There it is. He's low. I gotta.
Let's go. Hannah. Here, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Do you want me in Discord or what?
Do another DM on
okay.
Twitter. Yeah. Appreciate it. I'll pull it up right now. Who you choosing? Who we choosing? All right, it's right there. Hannah sucks. Hannah sucks _ There you are. All right. Hannah sucks _ You've won VIP. All right. That's the name of the game. But similar to what I've said at the very beginning, we only have 5 VIPs in this channel. So Boomer, I'm gonna send you the 5 VIPs. I'm gonna need you to pick one of them. That their time here is done. Their badge. Wow, you didn't even see the one. All right, well, there it is. I literally haven't said. I'll send it to you right there, and you got it. So it's Rosary. All right, Rosary it is. Wow, didn't even step a beat. I don't think you even breathed. All right,
no,
you did.
I'll dance. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my gosh, I'll dance. All right, well, there it is. I'll change that in the next stream. But Boomer, the last thing I need from you. All right. You've gone through the ringer with me. You've sat here for, what is it now? Let me check the stream. It's about a little bit over 3 hours. All right, you've been here for 3+ hours, just talking about your life. We got to talk about your time here on Twitch. We got to talk about your family life, you growing up, your time in school, you going to community college, dropping out to do streaming. We talked about your streaming life. We talked about romantic relationships. Hell, you gave us a little bit of a scoop too, and then we put the icing on the cake and answered questions directly from your community. All right, that's a full evening. That's a full ass show.
Yeah.
So this is what I ask of you. All right. I'm always on the lookout for streamers. Again, I myself self-proclaimed boomer. I'm still trying to learn the ropes here on Twitch. I only understand a handful of the jargon and the terms and the emotes and all that. But I'm learning. I'm willing to learn, and I love this place a ton. It's grown to become a second home for me. That being said, all right, having had this experience, Boomer, having sat down with me and gone through it all, who's a streamer you would like to watch? I'm looking for suggestions, all right? Who's a streamer that you would like to watch go through the exact same experience and learn about their lives, the insides and outs, both online and offline? Is there any specific one? I can give you 3 if you need. That's the most I've ever given someone is 3. But if you have one, perfect.
My 3 would
Oh,
be
you're going full 3. Okay.
I'll do the 3. I'll do the 3. Just so you can choose. I would do, guys. You gotta keep in mind, like they're spamming some big ass names that I don't even talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Official Delta Live, Danny Spoons, or TWZenB.
You Zenb?
Yeah, XENBE.
Perfect. There it is. All right, Boomer. This is how you know it's real. I put it all in a sticky note right here. Has every person's name, including that VIP you took, and who you've given it to. All right? I appreciate that. I'll give them a peep. We'll see what happens there. Always looking for people to watch, let alone talk to here for this show. But Boomer, again, I appreciate it all. We do have one last surprise segment for you. All right? We do have
Okay.
one last surprise segment that I intentionally keep a secret, because I gotta get the natural reactions. All right. So here's the thing. This show, Boomer, Inside the Streamer Studio, was inspired from a '90s television show called Inside the Actor Studio, and this homie, this professor of a college/television host, James Lipton, who's now passed away. He hosted this show for 23 years. And literally, in his classroom, which was an auditorium, they would film, and they'd put it for public television, but they'd film actors, actresses, and entertainers of the sort, and talk about their personal lives as well as their discography on screen or in media in general. And as an homage to him and the show, which I found so beautiful and influential, I wanted to do, I do the exact same thing. And how he's ended his show for 23 years, how he ended his show every time, he would ask every guest the same 10 questions. And so that's how I've ended every one of my shows as well. All 74, I've asked the same 10 questions, and that's what we're about to do here in a moment. Now, there's only 3 rules, Boomer. There's only 3 rules to this segment, and then you're off the hook. The first one, you got to answer every one of the questions. They are not hard.
Okay.
They're just, you could answer them however you'd like. Honestly, as a meme, whatever, I've taken it all. Second, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to make a noise. It will be completely silent. It's all you. It's all your voice. Third part is that I'm going to need you to keep it within one thought, one idea. So not a whole paragraph explanation, but not one word, just one sentence of that answer. All right? And that's
Okay.
it.
All
That's
right.
it. After that, I'll do my final bit here. I'll give you the final word, and then we'll disconnect this call and go our separate ways. All right?
Okay.
But there's a lot I got to tell you at the end of this show, and I'll probably DM you also afterwards. But let's start with this, okay? You ready, Boomer?
Yeah.
Okay. Question 1.
You bastard, just ask it.
What is your favorite word?
Pisser.
What is your least favorite word?
Bitch.
What turns you on?
Man, like what? man, bro. Doinkers.
What turns you off?
Rudeness.
What sound or noise do you love?
Coffee brewing.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Nails on a chalkboard.
What is your favorite curse word?
Shit.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
Motivational speaking.
What profession would you not like to do?
Politics.
And lastly, Boomer, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Good job.
I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, BoomerNA. Dude, Boomer, you did it. You did it. That's it. I'm waving the flag. You killed it.
Sheesh.
You killed it this
Okay.
evening. Holy cow. Now I don't got to look at my little rundown, all right? Now I could just focus on actually just chatting up with you. Here's the thing, all right, Boomer. I usually take this last segment, this last piece of the show, to tell the guests what we just did here tonight and what I've kind of learned and observed from you over the course of the past, 3+ hours. And so here's the thing, all right? First and foremost, I don't think the Minecraft community, especially content creators, gets enough credit in terms of, they think, oh man, it's all kids. It's all kids, so they must be doing childish things. And based off what I've heard from you tonight, both as a creator, but also as a person, there's nothing childish about it. I mean, I would lean it more towards humor than being, ignorant or whatever, inexperienced or whatever of that sort. I mean, what resonated with me the most here is the fact that you've really lived a life in only 19 years. You've really gone through so much, and a lot of good, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and a lot of growth. Here's the thing, though, Boomer. All right, I wanted to say this earlier, but it wasn't the right time, and I'm not going to get into this deeply because, again, the evening is about you. But I myself also dealt with life-threatening medical conditions. And so when you started talking about that, legitimately, I'm crying. Like, I'm trying not to cry. The reason why the bathroom break took so long, I wasn't taking a dump. I was like composing myself because there was a little bit of PTSD that came back up. I had a little bit of a panic attack. And you said something that I had said a year after I got better, but I forgot about it. You had said that when you go through these life-changing moments, these medical conditions that really alter your perception of how you look at the world, of how you live your life, I forgot that because I had moved on from that part. And I just kept looking forward, and I didn't want to look back. And you reminded me that the experiences that you and I had in terms of health, in terms of literally facing mortality at such young age is an extremely huge blessing. We could say you said a line. You said, "Hey, live like you were dying," and that's so much easier said than done, because we, more often than not, you live in comfort. You live in this lane where it's like, yo, I'm gonna just go through the motions. I'm gonna go do life. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna save up. And yada yada. But
Right.
you you've had to live a life so unconventional. You've had to do things in your life that at a young age, again, very important to state, at a young age, you've had to become an adult and hold this weight. And it's amazing. It's nothing short of it. And it's inspired me once again, because I look at it and I'm like, damn, this man has gone through the ringer in life, but he still stands up once again. He still goes live for those that love him and support him, and continues to go, on and on and on. And now he's building this amazing future, not just for yourself, but your family, and also those that invest in your community. And that's such a beautiful thing, man. That's something that, many individuals come into this industry for a lot more shallow reasons. And there's no shame in getting your bag, but when I look at you, there's this chivalry, there's this authenticity that just irradiates, man. And like I'm enamored by it. Yeah, I'm drawn to it. You start talking about comedy, I was like, holy shit. You and I are. I don't say this with a lot of guests. I try to watch my words, but you and I are cut from a very similar cloth. And I couldn't help but show a lot of love to you and show that emotion, because I was like, holy cow, man. He's spitting facts. And again, 19. I got almost a decade on you, my man. But you're still spitting facts, and I love that so much. And the thing is this. I'm so excited. I think there's still so much for you to grow. Not even just talking about metrics on Twitch or TikTok or Twitter, but as a human, as a person. I think you got so much left in the tank to contribute to this world. And more importantly, when that day comes when you get to see your dad again, your father, your biological father, you guys are going to be able to swap stories on how you've impacted this place and how you guys have made your impact. And I'm so excited.
Hell yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Most of all, too, I want to thank you one more time, because here's the thing, all right? Like I said, I watched your last stream, all right, right before you went off. And you shouted me out. You said, yo, Mom's a small creator. I'm going to go do a show. He does this bit, yada, yada. A lot of people don't share their platform. A lot of people will say the things, I want to work with smaller creators, and then they'll stay in their lane because it's A, comfortable, and B, it's helpful for growth. Like, let's be honest. Let's not open-handed. Let's be honest. But you took the time out of your day after a 36-hour stream to not only come here into an area you've never seen before other than the VODs and with other guests, and you took this challenge and you ran with it. And I think you honestly, again, this is evergreen content. This is something that can change lives. For however long I'll be doing this, and for however long you are doing your thing on Twitch and on YouTube, TikTok, all that jazz, I think we've created something here tonight that's going to stand the test of time, Boomer. And I thank you for
sure
being a part of that. But here's the thing. You get the final word, all right? You get the last words. Is there anything you would like to say to the people that are watching here live tonight, maybe on the future on YouTube or listening on Spotify?
Thanks for having me. Thank you for being a part of my life. I love you. Moms loves you. And use Twitch Prime.
Unreal. You use your last words as a promo. This man's a businessman.
Use Twitch Prime, baby.
Boomer, I would love to have you on. I got a couple other shows. One of it's the network. I got a couple of homies that are also streamers, and we literally just hang out and do community questions the whole time. So I would love to have you again. Of course, barring your schedule, we'll partner you up with another creator, likely one of your homies too, that I have here on the list. And interesting enough, I do have Danny Spoons on my own personal list. I just haven't reached out just yet. I just want to keep a little surprise, But I appreciate you so much, Boomer. You take care, all right? I'll DM you in a little bit right after, but you take care. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, much love, buddy.
You too, bud.